A early ass big red. It's Friday. God damn, the new headphones sound different. A lot more bass in them. I get the new headphones. It's Friday. Early ass big red today. We're doing podcasts with Pat. Pat's gonna get in the mix. We're gonna talk some damn shit. It's gonna be a good fucking day. I saw some articles that were weird. We really got to talk about this Jan 6 thing. This Jan 6 thing's crazy. I saw a fucking headline. Apparently, there was like 250 some feds at fucking Jan 6. It was crazy. It was craziness. It was insanity. It's absolute insanity. These headphones are so bassy. God damn. This is not what life sounds like. There's much more treble in my life. I might have to go half cap. I'm used to much more treble in my life. That sounds good though. Can you hear that? If that's kind of shit you're into. Whew. I kind of stopped posting these on fucking... I stopped posting these on fucking iTunes. I don't know. I don't see the point in posts. I don't know. Well, how many behind am I? Because I haven't... I'm not even that many behind. Well, you know what it is too? I am getting to a point where whenever I think I might just post highlights. I think I might just post. Is it not going out to the Big Red in the Morning channel? Oh no, what am I saying? It's streaming right there. It's streaming right fucking there. What the fuck am I fucking talking about? What am I goddamn talking about? Look at me, I'm fucking crazy. There we go. Streaming over there. Big Red in the Morning. This is like an hour earlier than we normally do it. Hey, 8100 on the Panties channel. What are we doing? What are we doing, boys and girls? That's some good coffee. God, nothing I love more than waking up early, drinking some coffee, talking about politics. Love talking about politics. Love talking about politics and other shit and watching videos of mic'd up Eagles. Mic'd up Eagles. Hey, what do we got here? 8 home runs. Phillies franchise record.
Ball, center field. Going back on it is Marcy. Toward the wall, gauging, and he can't get it. It's gone. 55 home runs. He has hit 2 moonshots in 2 days. And the Phillies have tied it up at 1.
I don't know, man. What more can he give us? Honestly, what more can he give this fan base and this team?
Fly ball left center field. He swung basically one-handed. It's carrying out toward the Giants side. It's gone! Edmundo Sosa is so strong. 2-1 Phils.
Yeah, he got fooled on this pitch and just one hand. 400 feet with one hand.
That ball's crushed. Deep to right center field. Forget about it. Into the bullpen. And then out. Ball's flying.
It is traveling.
3-1.
I don't think that one needed any help.
Nope.
That ball was beautifully struck.
Oh, man. That ball is golfed deep to left field. Sanoha has no chance. A 3-run home run, the second one of the night for Edmundo Sosa. It's 6-1 Phillies. It's okay to score all your runs with a home run.
Yeah, what the heck?
That ball is crushed deep into the night, into the second deck. Wow! Solo home run, Kyle Schwarber. Another step closer to Ryan Howard. It's his 56th of the season. It's his second one of the nights. Fly ball left field, hit pretty well. Going back Sanoha. Sanoha to the wall. It's gone. Back-to-back home runs, Schwarber and Bohm. 11 home runs for Bohm. Phillies lead at 8-1, and all 8 runs have come thanks to the homer. Otto Kemp smokes one deep to left center field. Forget about that one. It's gone. 2-run home run. The Phils are lighting it up tonight. It's 10-1 Philadelphia. 2-2. Pulled down the left field line. Sanoha's going back. It is gone. Into the first deck.
Oh, he called the third base umpire.
Oh,
Said
wow.
fan interference.
I think that went out. 3-home run game. Come on, everybody to their feet for that one.
Wow.
Edmundo Sosa hasn't played in 12 days. He's making up for lost time. Not only that, the Phillies have set a franchise record with 8 home runs in a game.
Hell yeah, dude. Dunbar at the eye doctor. Left my headphones at home. Check back when I'm out of here. Fuck yeah, dude. Mariners versus Phillies, the World Series, and I'll buy us tickets. Yeah, I'm down, Cellrat. I'm down. I'll take some fucking Phillies tickets. I'm a cool guy like that. I'll take free Phillies tickets. Shit, what was I gonna do? Yo, what's the fucking thing? We were talking about this with the music shit. Excuse me. Waiting on the deucer to get in here. He's the one who wanted to start at 9. I'm ready to go at 9:12. Where the fuck is he? A lot of baseball stuff. On my timeline. What is this? Car Park Capital? Is this a car parking game? This is crazy.
So you want to pave paradise and put up a car park? Brought to you by Microprose, a new tycoon game by Hilco JJ, where you bring the freedom of car dependency. Sure, some might resist, but with little re-education,
Freedom has 4 wheels.
citizens will embrace the automotive future. And in return, they'll gladly pay a fair contribution for your profit. Nation's freedom.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Just a game based around making parking lots and being like super pro parking lot.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is...
Stuff like this annoys me. This is a reminiscent, like something about this. You call me big sensitive. You call me big sensitive. I hit you with a reasonable request and you went MIA for the rest of the stream. Get the heck out of here, you cute son of a bitch. Happy you're here, Pindar. This kind of shit. This is equivalent, like what he's doing right here with what he's doing right here with the fucking background is the and being like, By the way, doesn't he look like you guys know Heath? He's a comic down here, Kill Tony dude. He's the grown man who looks like a baby. This looks like if he aged or if his outward appearance looked his actual age. But this shit, God, these headphones are I'm realizing how different these headphones are. That I actually have good headphones. The bass on them's crazy. But this is the equivalent of like, oh, we're going to do a story about a certain place. Well, we'll have our reporter stand in front of it for 5 seconds and then send it to a pre-recorded video. Something about it is just like condescending to like my intelligence, where it's like, well, it's a Wolverine game. You're gonna want us to be at a bar and wear yellow and stuff because Wolverine. You know what I mean? Wolverine.
As violent, as visceral as the character in the comics. Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the route to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then he could turn on a dime, and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks greedy, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam.
Huh? Who is that guy? I would have thought it wasn't Nathan Fillion mixed with Adam Scott. What's this guy's name? Liam McIntyre? McIntyre. What has he done? What did you say? That's an internet thing, right? American Dad. American Dad's still going? No shit. Star Trek. Oh shit. Who'd he play? Oh, he's Aquaman. Interesting. So he did Aquaman in Crisis on Infinite Earth. I only watched 1 and 2 so far. I liked 1. People said 2 sucked ass, and I get why they said 2 sucked ass, but I liked it. Huh. Captain Boomerang. Okay, so he does a lot of voice acting. Is he like known? Oh, is this the anime one? I wanted to watch that. No, it's not the anime one. They've been doing that. There's like a full anime Suicide Squad that kind of looks sick. American Dad's not sure if you would condone their joking behavior, though. Yo, King Pindar, I don't know why you're butthurt right now. It's so funny. It's so I told you I made a very reasonable request and you're butthurt about it. That's so funny. That's so funny. I was like, hey, can you act like a human being for 2 seconds? And you're like, this is obscene. This is obscene. Are you even subbed to the channel? You're not allowed to be this bitchy if you're not subbed to the channel. If you're not paying me money a month, you're still wrong. But if you're not paying me in an amount of money a month, you're not allowed to be this bitchy. It's so funny. It's so funny. Are you subbed? Okay. Okay. Oh, it's not even. You're not even paying actual money. It's a Prime sub. You don't get to act like this much of a baby. I got a bunch of idiots. One idiot. You didn't even donate. You got two other people. You got two other people that donate so I could eat some dry ass chicken strips. And then you come on here, you know, just say some horrendous stuff. And now you're going to cry. You're going to cry. You're like Jimmy Kimmel right now. You like that? You like that? You like that? You're fucking Jimmy Kimmel right now, Pindar. Fucking fake news and crying on TV. You're Jimmy fucking Kimmel. Oh, now it's been dry the whole fucking time, you son of a bitch. You know, I'd also be a whiny bitch like you if I remembered everything fucking wrong. I gave it a 7. I was being fucking nice. I was being fucking nice because I knew you'd fucking cry. Anyway, who is this guy? Are we supposed to like know who he is and go, like, was it supposed to be a thing when Liam McIntyre came on the screen? Was it supposed to be a thing that we were supposed to be like, oh, you forced me to pay Andy for mad chicken strips? Exactly. You victimized cell rat because you have terrible food suggestions. And now you're going to cry? Chunky redhead. I'm thick, boy. I'm thick. Yeah, where the fuck is Pat? Am I crazy? That dickhead wanted to go at 9. It's 9:34. What the fuck? He probably has a good explanation. He always has an excuse for everything. Nothing's ever Pat's fault. He always got a fucking excuse. I know you love me. You're the one watching me talking to a microphone at 9:30 in the morning. I know you love me. I love you too, buddy. I love you too.
Believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all...
God, I hope it's Liam McIntyre. Fuck. Dude, I ain't playing this game unless it's voice actor Liam McIntyre.
all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine.
Perfect.
That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there know what Wolverine is, who he is. My job is to try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as it applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac stamp on that? How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh the fans are going to be excited about?
It's the full package. It is a level of detail that we've never been able to do.
That's funny too. It's a level of detail. It's a level of detail we've never seen. Hey, I'm wearing the forest green shirt.
Hey, I'm wearing it.
No, this is big red in the forest green shirt in the morning. Yeah, get in the pit. Try to love someone, Pat. Try to fucking love someone for once in your life.
Hey, it's me. I'm Pat.
Pat George?
Currently I'm a talking circle, but now I'm huge. Hold on.
Whoa. I'm taller.
There we go.
I'm actually going to be taller. So there we go.
No, but you don't have Zoom, do you?
Closer.
Do you have Zoom?
Enhance.
I will do the entire episode.
Pat, give me more. Give me more.
See that? It's a chip on my shoulder.
It is your best shoulder. It is your best shoulder. Give me more, Pat. I need more. I need more.
A whole show like this.
What?
Let's talk about Harry Potter.
and then whenever we talk about conspiracies, just a quick.
Go
right in front of us.
Right in front of us, Andrew.
Well, Pat, I did want to, before we talked about music and Harry Potter, I did have a thing I wanted to show you that was made me laugh and horrified. That is kind of how the some of the political news goes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Well, all I have to do is just remember, like, not to be an old codger or anything, but I have to remember legitimately when I was younger how different things were. Like, just in my lifetime, in the matter of like 20 something years or something like that, when I started paying attention, I guess. And like the fact that like most of the shit I remember, it's crazy. I remember this. We used to not talk about politics a lot. And like like there would, like, in like family groups and friend groups and stuff like that, there wouldn't be like a lot of like, well, who'd you vote for? Well, I'll never talk to you again. It was just
Well,
it was the
see,
weirdest thing.
I remember a whole. It's not like it's not that like the groups I ran in were overly political, but dude, that sweet spot. You remember? I don't think you partook a lot in the. I'm gonna avoid. Like I was the type of guy where, ooh, I have a thought. Better go post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then like Facebook turned into a place for like heavy just whatever the fuck's on your mind. So I'd be posting on Facebook all the time, and like I would post shit. I remember first time I figured out that like the whole wage gap conversation where they're like women get paid 75 cents to the dollar, where that was like a very misleading thing. Where if you just look at if you make like all the variables equal of like age, demographic, time spent at work, sort of shit like that,
Yeah.
it like evens out. And I saw that in an article and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. This would be a cool thing to post. And I post it. And then I remember like a bunch of people were arguing in the comments. It was like, I remember there was like some feministy crust punk girl that was always at the Lizard Lounge was yelling at me saying I was like a fucking Ayn Rand shill. And I was like, I haven't even figured out who that was yet.
Yeah.
And all that shit was happening. But then like when the whole fighting on Facebook was over, I went about my life going to like open mics and stuff. And I never had a thought that this would, maybe it was me being naive, but there was never a thought that like, oh, I post something online and then it'll like affect like how people are going to fuck with me later. Now it's a thing of like, oh, I posted the wrong thing and now people have to like not associate with me. It's like like post 2016, the political dynamics have gotten so much gayer.
Yeah, to me, it's more of the like just the fact that like I don't know.
We are dressed exactly the same, by the way. This is very funny to me. It's like forest green shirt, black hat, white writing.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's a uniform. It's a work uniform. No, I think it's more like it's like the thing of it. The reason I know I'm never gonna be successful, like in general, like just in general, like with like the how things are, like where like you just said, like you'll post something and then like people start arguing. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate engagement. I hate it when people argue in my fucking comments. Like when I posted that gun picture, remember I had
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, and they're like,
what was the gun
brother,
picture again?
It was me in front of a green screen.
Oh, it was when we were shooting for the heist.
Yeah, and it was me holding two fucking not obviously, but two fake like automatic machine guns, or one was a shotgun and one was like an automatic.
Even if they were real, I've never met. I've met like super pro gun control people who are still like they'll all go, guns are cool. We just shouldn't be allowed to have them willy nilly. Like even the pro gun control people will still acknowledge, like every pro gun control person who shot a gun goes, they are fucking cool.
And that's what I'm saying is like it's kind of a thing of like I thought it was a funny kind of fake tough picture.
Yeah.
And anybody that knows me knows that I am not necessarily a gun person whatsoever. So like so that's the issue is like there was a ton of people that just jumped into my comments and like started fucking like going like, and this is the thing is they start when you just said like, oh, you're an Ayn Rand shill. Usually when people compare me or say that I'm one of these or one of those or whatever, and I'm like, I go, I don't even know who the fuck that is. I don't know. I don't even know who you compared me to. So when you go like, oh, another Trumper, it's like if you knew the amount of times that I voted, period, because of how I'm like, I don't care about any of this. I am so not involved. I am personally somebody who doesn't believe that like the automatic guns and all this other shit are the rights and all this. But I am also somebody that's not going to rail against anyone else. I don't think everyone's guns should be taken away, but I personally don't think everybody should have guns.
Except your wife.
Like, yeah.
She's the only person you're going to rail against.
Yeah, I'll rail against her all the time.
Yeah, dudes.
But the thing is, like, it's the thing where, like, if I actually genuinely go like, oh shit, this is crazy that they were doing this, like the wage gap thing, or like if there was like actual manipulation being out there, it's like, hey, we should talk about this. And they're like, you're just part of that side. It's like, but I'm not. But you saying that shows that you're actually a part of that side. When you say there's a good side or a bad side or a right side or a wrong side, it's like you have to understand. Unfortunately, nowadays everything's subjective, including like rights and shit like that. Like people don't understand things anymore. They just don't get it. And when they don't get it, they get mad at you, and then they start going, and then they just box you in and say like, you're a regular conservative Trumper. I am I'm the farthest thing from a conservative, I think, of all. I'm not necessarily a liberal, but I'm probably somehow past it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a nihilist.
Yeah.
I truly don't value like life. I love people. I think life is precious, but I don't give a shit. I don't think everybody has the right to be here. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people lose their right real quick, but I also am not the person to determine that. So like, it's like, I don't think I'm a conservative because I'm not sitting here telling you who should live or die, but I do definitely think there should be some kind of Darwinism, or what's the thing? Survival of the fittest, right? Isn't that the
survival of the fittest?
Like, literally, like, we just need to step back and just let nature take over a little bit.
Maybe the social safety net should be a little smaller.
Yeah. That's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. And then they go, oh, typical conservative Trumper. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I think a trans person should be able to shoot as many people that want to get shot as possible. Is that okay?
What?
Exactly.
What? Wait,
exactly.
What?
That's my stance. That's what I'm running on.
There's like a libertarian thing where it's like trans people should be able to use AK-47s to protect their weed plants. It's like a libertarian thing to show like how much liberty and freedom people should have.
Yeah.
But Pat's version is trans people should have the right to use AK-47s to protect their weed plants from children at a Christian school.
From the devil. So like, it's like one of those things.
For liberty.
Yeah. This one's for Jesus. Wait, what? There's a trans guy shooting a Satanist for. Wait, hold on.
I gotta show King Pindar a little bit of love. He commented this about 5 minutes ago, and he fucking nailed it. There was a moment where you were talking that I fucking leaned a little bit, and I did fart. You were 100% right. I was farting. It was so like spot on. He caught it. I had to show him love.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Wait,
hey,
where is it? There was a question for Pat.
You make
Pat question: would you get mad if I made a joke about?
About what?
He was King Pindar was being a little rascal yesterday, and at the beginning of my stream, my cousin messaged me for my address, and I was just like, "Oh, I haven't talked to my cousin in a while. She's lovely." Blah 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 blah. And then so Pindar's thing is he hops in here and talks about chicken strips, and then he immediately goes, "What if I showered your cousin's naked body with chicken strips?" And I go, "You know what? 10-minute timeout. That's a lot." And then I proceeded to stream for 4 more hours. He got mad, never commented the rest of the time, and then immediately hopped in. What?
I would be too. He said, "Read the question." Hold on. Leading the witness. I'm going to read the question. Okay, so the question from King Pindar is, can I put that? Look at that. I can put it on
you
there
can?
Too. Look at that.
I don't like you having that much control.
Pat question. Oh, Pat question. So see, this is why I don't read it. This is why Andy reads them.
Yeah.
Pat question. Pat. No, there's no question mark. Anyway, would you get mad if I made a joke about treating your cousin to a delicious basket of chicken strips from Bill Miller's, or would you get mad?
Oh, so, or would you get? You really can't read, dude. Or would you get mad?
I'm
and punish
halfway
me?
through my first cup of coffee. Calm down, everybody. I've only had one breakfast bowl so far.
I only had 2 croissants, Jimmy Dean croissant sandwiches.
I only had Whataburger, and I had to take my wife to work.
Can I say this about Whataburger? When you roll in there at about midnight, they go, or no, when you roll in there around 12:30, 1 a.m., they immediately start saying good morning. I go, no.
Yeah.
No, that makes me feel bad.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's still morning doesn't start till 4.
Night. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, so I got to be honest. This is also too where if this false reality was reality, I could see him even remotely having a point, but he does not. He does not. He did mention my cousin's naked body. So I just put him in timeout for 10 minutes. People get a little fresh, and
look, if would you get
this
mad?
isn't what happened. This isn't what happened.
I know, but this is the question. This is the
no. But the question's irrelevant because that's not what happened.
Look.
Okay, what is this? No, absolutely not. I need to restrict.
I'm signed in, baby. I'm signed in.
Oh fuck! I forgot. I signed in. This is your account too.
Oh, I'm gonna show it. Now I'm hiding it. Now I'm showing it. Now I'm gonna hide it. So I'm gonna try to read again. Would you get mad if I made a joke about treating your cousin to a delicious basket of chicken strips from Bill Miller's, or would you get mad and punish me? That's what I'm saying. I read that correctly, right?
Would you get mad or would you get mad?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would be disappointed if you took my. First of all, I'm not really close with a lot of my family, so
yeah,
I'm not a good gauge in general. Like I'm trying to think of a cousin I like a lot. I don't even know who my cousins are.
Like or like
not like, I mean, like not the ones I've dated. I'm talking about the ones that, like, if I was like, oh, you know what, I think I don't even know you, by the way, King Pinder, but I would be like, why don't you take her to Raising Cane's? Like, yeah, like, well, that's the money, dude.
Well, that's what I was more offended by. I was like,
you're gonna get mad.
You're gonna treat my cousin to dry ass chicken strips?
I wouldn't get mad if you offered to take her to chicken strips, but I would get mad if you offered to take her to chicken strips. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's, I mean, if I can answer that question, I would get mad, but then I would get mad.
Yeah. Would you, but would you get mad before you got mad?
I would get mad. But if I'm being honest, I would get mad.
Interesting. Was that before or after you got mad?
I would get mad.
Mm.
And if you took her to chicken strips, I would get mad. Or also male cousin or female cousin.
It was a wait. Are you asking
yours?
What?
Oh, it actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna Andy question. Male or female? Now, hold on. King Pinder question.
No, you can't ask questions until you're over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Am I? Wait. Can I ask now? I can.
Now you're in the question. Now you're in the hot seat. Now you're in the question seat.
Andy, would you get mad?
Go on.
Andy, would you get mad?
Oh wait, that's not. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were done. Wait, mad before I got mad?
No. What is it? Is it a male or female? And then also to you, King Pinder question: is it male or female? Thank you.
What?
I'm gonna take my question off the air.
Thank you. Now for my next co-host. This is Matt.
He said he never specified female or male. So that means
yes, I did.
Okay, did you?
He's literally lying about everything.
Do you have the transcripts?
I brought up my cousin. I said she texted me for my address, and I'm like, oh, she's probably.
Ooh, is she hot?
She's probably.
Oh no! Did I do it? Oh wait! Hold on, Andy. I'm so sorry.
Oh God,
Andy,
Pat, you're You're lucky
Andy.
I haven't got you're lucky
Is
I
she
haven't
hot?
gotten mad, so I can't get mad. Wait, what the fuck?
I had to come over here to ask a question. Is she hot?
What?
Your cousin, the chicken strip lover. She hot?
No. So I haven't gotten mad yet, so I can't get mad, so you're lucky.
Bring it up.
No, so I said, bring up the footage. We have the documents.
Show the documents.
King Pindar has the documents.
Now we know who he actually is.
Yeah, those were crisis actors at Andy's cousin's wedding.
Thanks for listening, Alex.
But yeah, no, it was yeah, he was getting a little fresh. I saw the words naked cousin body. I said, you need to calm down. So I literally put him in 10 minutes of timeout. That's a very fun option you have on Twitch. You can literally put people in time. I could do it to King Pindar right now for no reason.
Don't do it.
That would actually be funny.
That's an abuse of power.
I am the dictator of the stream. Well,
wait, when you ban him, does that just mean he can't talk? He can just watch?
Oh, literally. Oh, he could watch. He could fucking. He immediately went over to YouTube. He's desperate. He's desperate for my attention.
He loves or you.
What?
He loves you, not me.
Oh, he loves me deeply. That's why I don't. None of this actually bothers me because I know it's all through deep, deep love.
He probably likes me more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The hot dog documents. That's a fucking old cell rat. You've been in it on a bit. That's like the begin. That was like 3 iterations of No More Heroes ago.
What?
The hot dog documents. That's like something I said when I started No More Heroes before I even asked you to do it with me, and we were fucking like 8 different podcasts ago. In that one, like No More Heroes has been like 7 podcasts now.
Yeah, movie podcast, conspiracy podcast.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Speaking of that, I should probably wait till No More Heroes. But did you see? I don't like this control you have.
That's your new nameplate.
Big red tyrant in the morning. Yeah, just a big. Just you talk about doing sexual stuff to my cousin. I just turn into a huge pussy.
Yes, Supreme Leader Malafarina. Go on.
Yeah. No, I was joking about that. It's the funniest part about doing the podcasting stuff and doing public shit where people are like, so we're gonna abuse you and you have to laugh about every bit of it.
Yeah. It's like morning radio.
Yeah, it's like and if you had like that's really the fucking thing where it's like if you have any emotions, we're gonna fucking make a compilation to make you look like a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're like, cool, dude.
Nothing like a compilation to make you look like an asshole.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Everyone is preying on my downfall. They're just waiting for me to. Oh no! So what was the fucking thing? I was gonna show you this. Actually, I might wait till No More Heroes because there was some weird. Well, I don't know if we need to do it on No More Heroes because there was like a weird Charlie Kirk conspiracy with like a Nicolas Cage movie where there was like a guy. It was like something eyes. There was a dude named Charles Kirkland who gets shot in Snake Eyes. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the movie. But yeah, there's apparently a character in that where his name is Charles Kirkland and he gets shot in the neck in the movie. And it's like, I'm not the guy who everyone always goes to the like, the Nick Mullen joke, which is fair. The Nick Mullen joke, which is fair, where it's like they did all the conspiracies. Now get ready for the clues.
Yeah.
Which is true. It's like, oh, they did 9/11. Like, I'm not saying there's not, because I've heard a lot of conspiracy people will be like, their symbolism will be their downfall. I go, I don't know if it'll be their downfall. I just think it's like flair on top of it. You know what I mean? Like,
symbolism will be their downfall. What the fuck are you talking about?
well, no, it's like I go back to because I do think there's these like groups, and then they have little symbolism here and there. Like they show that in Pizzagate and stuff like that. But I think it's more for like shit talking. You know what I mean?
I forget. Is Pizzagate a real thing? Was that real, or is that is that fake?
I think it's one of those where it's like it's probably not 100% real to like the conspiracy people's like version of it, but there's definitely they didn't disprove a lot of it. That's like the big thing.
Okay, so it's like how they're like release the Epstein files, and they're like, what? did you say that you want us to do what? I can't. What? Like it's not like those things where like they're just pretending.
Who's even fucking talking about that anymore?
What are you talking about? And they're like,
no,
the Epstein files, and they're like, yes, I know the ballroom. There's a ballroom over here.
Yeah. Like, I think there was a lot of claims at Pizzagate that weren't 100% true, but then there was a fuck ton of really weird shit related to it that they're like, you haven't given any explanation to this.
Yeah,
So,
they never. I guess that's a better example. Is like, it's like in that sense where they're like, no, it's not, or the UFOs in Jersey where they're just like, it's nothing. Shut up. Anyway, and you're like, yeah, but what is it? And they're like, it's not dangerous. You're like, but what is it? And they're just like, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry, I can't help myself. I'm trying to learn how to ignore comments, but I can't help myself. I'm just reading Pindar's paragraph in there, and it's just so funny how everything turns into like, well, no, here's what you didn't understand. It's like, nah, I think we just had a human interaction. Yeah. I think that's all that happened. Anyway, I'm sorry. I should be ignoring comments because Cellrat said it right here. You know what you signed up for, Andy, and that's why I try not to take any of it too seriously. That's why I try not to take.
What did you sign up for?
Jazzercising.
Marine? Were you a Marine or something?
I'm doing Taibo later. Oh, but that was my thing with the symbol. It's why I think the symbolism is.
This is what they count on. Sorry, this is exactly what they count on. It's like it's a distraction. Wait, where the fuck is it? There it is. The UFO Jersey thing. Completely forgot it. Like people like just go like. I just thought about that the other day. I was like, we never got the answer for that. Like we just moved on. It just goes. That's it. And they're just like, okay, but you're like, but still. What about those fucking UFOs? What the fuck was that about? And they're just like, what do you mean?
Bro, they killed like 2 senators or something like a month or 2 ago. And like people stopped talking about that after a week. That's, I think, if like the fucking, if all the, deep state shit is true, and it's making life so exhausting and gay. Cause like I was listening to something about the Charlie Kirk assassination because you guys know my thing on that. None of it feels fucking real. But then like it's the overflow of information that's fucking exhausting. That is like what sucks. And it's like, I think it's funny. I was listening to, do you remember that show that was on Apple Plus called Silo?
Yeah, that show sucked.
Season 1 ripped. No. I will defend season 1. Season 2, I tapped out around 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah. But no, so I got the books because I really liked the show, season 1, and I ended up getting the audio books because they were actually cheap as hell. And I was listening to the second audio book, and they have a thing in there where they're talking about like the one guy's he's like a junior politician or whatever, and then the older politician's like training him on how to, like, this is how we lie, cheat, and steal, basically. This is how we Eddie Guerrero the government. And he was basically like saying, he's like, we don't lie, we just deny. And he's like, we also overload them with information. So we have, the truth is in there, but there's a lot of extra bullshit. So the kooks go on to the bullshit, and that discredits it to like normal people. And I think that's real because that's similar to like what they call a limited hangout, where they like give you some truth, but not all the information. And they put it in the wrong, and they put it in like a like misleading context and stuff like that. And that's why I try to, I don't know, man. I love the conspiracy stuff, but I can't make it like my daily, like I'm fight, because it's mind numbing. You start throwing yourself in this like false reality that's makes you forget to fucking live. It's what I don't get. It's what I'm getting so exhausted of with like the political pundits and shit. I want to ask so many of these pundits. I go, yo, what do you do, by the way, besides just like reading the news, listening to podcasts, and then telling strangers how to live their life? I was like, do you go to the movies? Do you do anything? It's just weird to be like what, like I don't know, like where do you get your information? Because it's a thing where I feel like anything that's shared information wise at this point is just kind of like
I feel like it just gets to a point where it's like I heard it was it. Like when they go like when they're like, oh, it might be during September 11th. I remember September 11th. At some point, they just start reporting. They're like, yeah, we're getting reports that it could be the attack could be tied to this man Osama bin Laden, blah blah blah, and all this other shit. And you're like, how do you know that? Like, and we find out years and years and years later, like, oh yeah, they knew about it before the attack.
Well, bin
Like,
Laden was like a CIA asset.
Yeah, and that's like one of those things where you're like, okay, so whatever information is coming out now, where they're just like, oh, turns out it might be, it's this kid, and this kid was part of these groups and this other stuff, and you're like, yeah, but who's telling you? Like, the reporters are just calling their source at the government to say, okay, what's the story? You know what I mean? Like, and that's even proven at this point, where it's like, even like the fact that like people go out there and go like, it's a weird thing to go like, they go out and they say, they do whatever the conspiracy is, and then something like the media being used as a mouthpiece for the government is not an allegation anymore. It's a fact. They do that. So like they get news stories from government organizations or government representatives to say like, here's the story, here's the news. And then they just do it, and then and then it just becomes I heard it was this, I heard it was that, and it's just in the zeitgeist, and they don't have to do anything else. There's no other work that has to be done. Like, they just say what it is.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I feel like every story in general is just ends up being some kind of weird fucking conspiracy. Not everything is necessarily like, when they're saying like they're contributing so many deaths to COVID during the pandemic, where they're like, oh, this person got in a car accident, but it says died from COVID or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and how during COVID that the what was it, the common cold, the flu just went away.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, but also like some things could be true and then some things aren't. But it's no matter what, it's just the thing where like you just start going like, oh, well, it just becomes, you have to trust the experts every once in a while. But once you find out like the experts are just getting information from a person that's telling them this, you know what I'm saying?
It's like when you hear
it just becomes like a thing where you're like, okay, so then why can't I can't trust anything at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think you almost have to like trust yourself to just be a logical person. Cause like,
right. That's what I don't trust anything. So,
well, you gotta like, that's why like context is important. I don't know. It's like, yeah, everything is crazy, but I don't know. I know for me, it's like, I'm not just gonna like, I'm not saying you are, I'm just talking broadly. I'm like, I'm not just gonna like tap out, and I'm unfortunately interested in all of this shit. So I think it's like, you almost gotta just be like, I'm just gonna do the best I can. And I think at the end of the day, it's really more about just like, yeah, I'll find something entertaining to talk about on these streams and stuff like that. And then,
sorry, go ahead.
No. It's because it is. I was saying it before. It's like a lot of times history. I've been viewing history like just being more and more present and paying attention to day-to-day current events and things like that. You start to realize like something could happen, and within, like, perfect example, Charlie Kirk gets shot within like an hour. People already know it's Antifa, and then people already know it's trans rights, or people already know that it was the government, or people already, you know what I mean? Like, immediately people do that stuff, like have come to those conclusions under very like poor analysis. And it's I think you just gotta at a certain point just based off logic and like your own version of logic and reason, come to your best guess. Because
they use grief grief during these times, and that's the thing that really fucking sucks, is the fact that like, I'm not saying, and that's what I really thought at first when everybody was like, the wife, what's her fucking name? Erica. Yeah.
Did you say Hilaria?
Yeah. That's Baldwin. Sorry.
Wait, is that her real name?
No, it's her real name is Hillary, but she goes by Hilaria.
Oh wait,
Her name's Hillary, and she's from Massachusetts, but she goes by Hilaria, and she has a very thick accent. And how do you say,
yeah. Alec Baldwin's wife is like fake Spanish, right?
Bitch.
Yeah. This was funny. It was kind of trans adjacent. Well, that was the funny thing about the Charlie Kirk shooter, where you're like, I was like, I mean, trans girlfriend shot in the dark, left wing, but like there's no actual specific thing outside of that pointing to it, because I gotta be honest, he fucks like a progressive, but he shoots like a fucking Navy SEAL. So I can't exactly tell what his politics are.
And that's what I'm saying is like, I guess that's what it comes down to, is like after a while it needs to be like, first of all, like what I was saying is like the everybody's saying that she's being so performative and all this stuff. I'm like, damn, bitch, like let the lady fucking grieve. Like no matter who did it, her husband was killed. You know what I mean? Like no matter if it was the Antifa, lefty, righty, whatever, you know,
even if she did it, she was like, man, I don't know if I was ready to.
She's just like, holy shit, that was a lot crazier than I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still like she's still in shock. She's still whatever, you know. But then you see the fucking what's it called memorial, and you're like,
oh yeah, and it looks like a Batista entrance
going on. And
it looks like a WCW Goldberg entrance.
Yeah, and like that's when I am for, like, she is being performative. So like at that, and when she's doing that, like I'm not saying that she's not actually emotional or anything, but in that moment she's like in like show mode. So like it's kind of weird, and it reminded me, you know what, really that was the first time when I was like, holy shit. That was the time when I was like, could she be not in on it, but aware of what's going on? And you know what I'm saying? And like, whether it be for preservation or whatever, she's just like, well, I got to keep going on with the work, because anytime they go like, I forgive that boy who shot him. And I go like, and I'm like, so we're convinced it was that guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's not in question anymore. Now what's in question, what we are questioning as a society is she grieving correctly? And like, but
it's, you know what,
we're not talking about the fact that she just goes, that boy that shot him, like the boy they found 2 days later that they said is the boy. You know what I mean? They also said Lee Harvey was the shooter. So like, it's a thing where you're like, this is how it's done, is they use the grief as the fucking distraction so they can slide it under your fucking nose. And and they're doing it right.
Well, it's always it's the same fucking thing with, I always love bringing up OKC, because in OKC it's like they bombed the Murr building, and then the next day Clinton's like, this is why we need gun control, and I'm like, did he blow up a bunch of guns?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Did he set fire to a bunch of guns that exploded? What are you talking about? We need to ban manure. Maybe.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. I always go like,
hold on.
I don't know. I always cheap followers.
This is important. Andy, this could change our life.
Yeah.
Because you guys are a little too expensive. All right.
Yeah.
You guys cost.
All these fake followers are a little too expensive. No, it's just like, well, it's this weird thing why like when everyone was blaming Israel for assassinating Charlie Kirk, and I think over, like, I was saying it before, it's a fair assumption, like just shot in the dark. You know what I mean? Like, just
can't rule them out. You know,
like, dude, like if your DraftKings app pops up and they're like, Are you taking Israel money line? You're like, sure, why not?
Pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to be a huge payout because of the odds, but
like, so it's like
a gambling joke. I'm getting gambling, brother.
Yeah, I've been I'll take like anything that happens. I'll take Israel money line every single time.
Yeah, I mean,
like, just because, like, what are the odds? But
I'll
then
take
like
a parlay. They did 9/11, Charlie Kirk, and
It is, but it is also too at the same time like very important to go like, yes, there's no proof it's Israel, and then it's like, if you're all, but also too, the world we live in and the lack of real information we have, I will never apologize for my wild speculations, and I like to call them educated guesses, because that's like That's all you can do half the fucking time.
Theories is safe.
Yeah.
This is
I
my
just have
theory.
I learned that shit in elementary school, dude. If you don't have the answer, you make an educated guess.
You're right. Yeah, and that's honestly, if you make an educated guess most of the time, you will be successful. Like it'll be correct. It'll be a thing where you're like, well, normally this is what would happen. I think that I can rely on, like, it's no matter what. I think the general, like, overall thing is don't trust anybody, never trust what you read, but all this other shit. It's just I think it should be take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
and like that's all you have to do. Just take it with a fucking grain of salt. It's not the worst thing to do. And that's the thing. Like, all right, man. Sorry, I gotta get on the soapbox real quick. The science argument, right? The science argument, and this is going to be weird. So
are you talking about like COVID, like trust the science?
Just science. I'm just saying science. Like you would say, like normally,
you're saying science in general.
The liberal side usually would be like, you idiots just believe in the Bible, you conservative fucks. So, but you never believe in science. Science is important. You need to believe in science. Biology is science. So when that same group goes against biology and says, I was actually supposed to be a man.
Yes.
And they go, exactly. And you're like, wait,
yeah.
but scientifically,
yeah,
you weren't. Like literally, because it happened.
Yeah.
Like it just happened. You're saying nature is wrong. You're now, not only that, it's almost like you're acknowledging that God exists, but then you're also saying, don't worry, I'll fix your mistake, God.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you can't pick and choose science. If you're science, it's got to be science.
No,
you know what I mean? Like science comes with theory.
If you pump yourself with testosterone, you can reverse eons of biology.
but you know what I'm saying? Like you're changing science. Like you're using it, yes, but it's also like in the same sense you're changing what you are biologically are already. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm just saying that, like, don't say that you're one person is so crazy because they think this way when you're just choosing to believe one thing. There are truths. There's tons of truths out there. And usually science is a great method to use to get to those truths, because you have actual like exercises and things that actually play out. What is it like a
Well, no, dude, that's like I was thinking about, you know how like when people talk about politics or reality or whatever, they go nothing's real, and I go, no, I think everything's real. I think as humans, we aren't able to process reality properly to agree upon it. That's what I think's happening, because it's like, I think that's where, and I gotta learn more about it, but that's why I like string theory or like quantum physics, I forget which one it is, but there'll be something where it's like, perception subjective, depending on how you look at it, it changes the form of this and that, where it almost just like, it's like, well, if I look at this can, I see a white can, but like it could actually be, I go, whatever color it is, it's one fucking color.
Yeah, Schrodinger's cat is bullshit. The cat's dead or alive. It
drives me in. Yeah, because that's supposed to be. Isn't Schrodinger's cat supposed to be the shorthand of why quantum physics is a thing? And I go,
yeah,
that's not.
Disconnect those things. Those don't.
It's
work
either
together.
dead or alive. You just don't know yet.
Yeah. Did you poke holes in the box? If you poked holes in the box, most likely it could be alive. But if you didn't, you know what I mean? Like it's still a dead cat in a box or an alive cat in a box. It's not you can't make this fun.
Yeah.
Dead cats aren't ever going to be fun. Okay, guys. So if you go to a box and you just go, oh, see, I was right. My theory was correct.
Speak for yourself, you fucking pussy liberal.
Oh, sorry.
Us conservatives love dead cats.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just one of those typical lib cuck.
Why are you such a fucking lib cuck, dude?
That's who I am.
No, I was realizing it where, because you know what it is? It's like people go, this is better than that. And like when they talk about politics, they're like, this is optimal, though this is optimal. And I go,
Yeah.
no, I think all of it can I think all of it's nice at the proper amounts. Like, I think if it was just all, because I was listening to that Nick Fuentes dude on PBD's podcast. Because, by the way, if you want some wild speculation, I have a conspiracy theory I cooked up and I did not think about it a lot.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I got a good one on Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes.
I have one on Jesus. I have one on Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. We'll have to get into both of those because I'm very curious and I really want to tell the people mine. But no, like you hear Nick Fuentes and he'll go on and on about like he'll be like, I grew up in my neighborhood that was all white and it was super chill and perfect. And then I went to college and there was like a bunch of people who weren't white and like college was kind of hectic. And it made me think like we should just have only like just white people are better and we should have only white people. And it's like, I always hear people talk about that. And I'm just like, whenever it's the shit where whenever you see like the ethno-nationalists where they're like, we want to keep it only white. And I'm like, I would almost hear them out if their mindset was like, what if like white people were in charge to keep order? That would be a little bit more logic to their racist part. But whenever they're always just like, I want to keep it only white. And you're just like, do you not have, that sounds boring. I think if it was like only one version of anything, it would be fucking boring. And I feel the same way about politics. There's a bunch of stuff about conservatism because conservatives just talk. They don't do anything they say. They just talk. But like in theory, what they say, a lot of that sounds nice. But it's like, everyone makes the joke. If I walk into a coffee shop and I see fucking purple hair, I go, this is going to be a good fucking cup of coffee. Yeah. If I see a fucking tube top and a low ass voice and a hairy chest and some purple hair, I know it's going to be a good ass fucking cup of coffee. And it's like, yeah, I want the elements of each group that are nice. You know what I mean? It's like, I think the thing we have is like, we just don't know like levels. We don't know level. Cause it's like, I want goofy, weird progressives in society because they make things more fun. I just want more people to take them less seriously. You know, when they're
my thing is more my thing is their need that I support every viewpoint. Like that. I mean, that's just like anybody that. Just do it. Just as long as you're saying it what you believe, it's one of those things of like, I think you should be able to say it. But if you're just saying it because you're being a fucking mouthpiece for something else, or if you're like, that's the thing where I go like, I don't respect the libs. I don't respect a fucking professional phony. I do respect a professional like person. Do you know what I mean? Like a person that's like, at least whether it be like in their own mindset or in their own beliefs, like 100%. Like this is what they believe, and that's what I'm saying is like if you're going, like you're just saying, if you're going to be racist, be racist. Like, be racist. Stop being a fucking pussy and stop trying to hide it under something. Just be a fucking racist.
You know what, Pat? You're right. So here's what I got to say.
Andy, just speak your truth, bro. No,
well, Pat, just in general, I never had the courage until you said that right then and there.
But if like, that's the thing is like, but it's when you start going like, when your belief is I need to silence the people that don't believe what I believe, is like when I go like, come on, no, you and that person and whoever else should be allowed to say what they want to say, and not even like suffer the consequences, but just like deal with the outcome. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different way to put it, but like, I don't mean it to sound like a menacing thing, but like, if you're going to say racist shit, people that don't want to hang out with racist people or hire racist people or do whatever, it makes it easier for everybody. So then that's truly how we are not cancelable. Nobody will ever be canceled again. Nobody will. And everybody, if we're going to air it out, we can't be like half-assed where we're going to like, I'm going to go to work and just be like, hey, how's it going, guys? Blah, blah, blah. But then you go home and you just start going like, George Floyd deserved to die. You know what I mean? Like, you don't put yourself out there unless you're willing to be out there everywhere. So like, it's one of those things of like, if you can be out there everywhere all the time, then I think the things that racist people want and the things that not racist people want will both happen naturally. You know what I'm saying?
And also racist people, a lot of racist people can agree on ignoring each other in the same way. There's there's always there's actually a lot of I forget, I don't have specific details, but I remember there's like certain areas where like the KKK and then like the extreme, opposite end of that, they would actually get together and be like, all right, let's agree on not being around each other ever. You're like, honestly, if you're both going to be super racist, that's a decent deal. Because it's like, that's the shit I don't get with certain people. I don't know, man. I'm always a big like, yo, just leave me alone guy. I never get the people that like,
You're like Michael Jackson.
What?
Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
I gotta stare into his butt. But no, I'm always so I never understand the people who are like, I'm right and everyone has to live the way I want to live. That's always weird to me. Because it's like, I never understood that in people in general. You ever have those friends or just people who you were friends with and then you were like, this is annoying, who they look at you as we're going to be friends on my terms. I never understand that because I always, even when, I don't know, I like letting people be who they be who they are, because they end up being much more quirky and interesting, and it's just a much more enjoyable life. I don't understand the people who go out into the world and they're like, you can be like, everything has to be on their terms. It's a very weird thing. It's like a thing that happens politically and socially. That is a very interesting thing. This person is responding to my Instagram. Epstein definitely said the N-word. Whereas I saw an amazing post where someone was like, do you think even in all that shit he did, do you think he said the N-word?
Yeah, that's how you get him.
Is that dude? Oh shit. Epstein's
It's crazy. It's crazy that there's like almost like 100. Well, there is like 100% proof. Do we still have to say allegedly with Epstein? Like that's like either way.
I don't know.
Let's just say allegedly. There's tons of proof that this guy was like running this pedophile ring bullshit, or at least blackmail ring, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And
well,
and
not if you're Kash Patel, head of the FBI. The FBI acknowledges he raped and sexually assaulted over 1,000 minors, but it was just him. No one else. You know how
real greedy with it.
You know how you
real spoiled. He's got real spoiled brat energy. He's got only child energy where he's just like, no, these are mine. You can watch.
These are my toddlers. Get away.
These are my minors. Now you watch me.
Yeah, it's like, how you interact with over 1,000 people and logistically don't cross paths with anyone else? Like, if you boil it down to just that, it's like you're telling me he had over 1,000 interactions with 1,000 different people and never crossed paths with another person but those people he interacted with.
Yeah, everybody else was IDing people. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, so if you run the FBI, no one was involved in the Epstein shit. It was just him. But if you're anyone else with half a brain, obviously yes.
Right. But I think that's the thing of I guess the thing is, like, we have a list of people, right? Or not, whatever. Of all these things, but like there's more people being like, whether it be, and I'm saying both sides, and this is a both sides thing, people getting fired for or completely like their lives ruined, like doxxed, fired, taken off the air. If you're like Jimmy Kimmel, taken off the air, or any of these other things, like you're canceled because of the things you're saying and shit like that. But it's like that's the thing I'm saying is you have people that are in elected office, in some cases Hollywood. I don't even know. Epstein's Hollywood and like politics, right? Isn't it both? Or is it just politics?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he was Hollywood in the sense that like there's that story about like fucking, I think it was like Chris Tucker and someone else and Bill Clinton they had a whole weird thing in Africa. I think it was like, yeah, there was definitely Hollywood in there.
Yeah. I think just in general, like if you have that the crimes being pursued are always gonna. It goes back to my argument with my whole mafia argument. Like the government, politics, and shit like that are. It's like it's like worse than mafia shit. Like they have like fucking gumars, they have hidden shit, they have like all this other stuff, and it's all deceiving, and it's all in the name of protection.
Well, it's
So
mafia shit pretending it's not mafia shit.
and it's crazy because it's like mirror image mafia shit. Like they are doing mafia shit. They've worked with the mafia. It's really disheartening in general just to be like. So that's why in day to day, I've only erased 2 of my social medias. I've done Twitter and Facebook, and it's already made it better. I have leaned a little bit more on Reddit, and just because I wanted to explore, because I wanted to also do a thing where I'm like, I don't want to do any more porn searches. I want the porn to find me naturally, right? So I'm trying to throw it in my timeline in Reddit and have that be my naughty boy.
Sprinkle it in.
I need the Reddit because the Reddit doesn't need the engagement as much, and I can just go to like news and just pick out a couple stories, like figure out what's going on in the world.
Reddit doesn't like track your activity as much because, like, you know, or I mean, they all track you. Let me rephrase that. Yeah. You know how like you search, well, like, you know, you go on Instagram and you watch one video about titties, and now it's all titties, and then it's kind of Well, it's kind of crazy if you take 5 seconds to just stop looking at titties. I did this like recently. I didn't realize how easy it was to get titties off your feed. If you stop looking at titties, it like went away very quickly for me.
Yeah.
But like Reddit doesn't like try to fine tune your experience. They just show you what's popular on the website, right?
Yeah, and you can even go like, if I want to go like, here's what I follow, here's the latest of what I follow, here's what's popular, here's the new, like whatever it is, like I can choose that shit. So like if I want to like find out what's going on, if I don't want to be completely disconnected and find out like what is at least like the popular entertainment news, I can find it a little bit, and it's going to be a lot less like corrupted than I think in, like you said, like Instagram or anything like that. Instagram's not a reliable source for information at all. Instagram, in my opinion, it sucks that that's like the most popular of my social medias, but I think brother, I think it's next to go, because I think I'm going to do Reddit and YouTube. I think that's what I'm going to stick to. And Reddit,
I would say
the intake.
I would say,
mostly. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I would say keep Instagram for just it's the way people message you about shit now and like comedy and stuff. But that like it just, I think because the messaging on there is so simple, it became the one. But you know what it is? You know what's going on with me right now is I'm genuinely like, I don't get me wrong, I still get caught up in the moment. But like in the whatever synapses are firing off in my head when I look at a fucking Instagram post or whatever, I am getting bored of it quicker, which I am happy about that, because it's like I am just realizing like other shit. Like, dude, I was listening to an audiobook the other night, and I was like, am I paying attention to all of this?
Yeah.
And I realized it's because it's like, because I'm not thinking there's a more fun thing to do. I'm like, oh yeah, right. The other shit I go to fucking sucks ass. This audiobook is actually really enjoyable. the things that are like, I guess in general, like, also that I started listening to the Y-Files as opposed to watching them, and I'm taking it in a lot better, like mentally, like hearing. Yeah, dude, I'm feeling like I'm focusing better purely because I've associated those apps with like just dog shit way more.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I know that there's a way to utilize it, because like, that's the thing. What I was joking about last time we were talking was like, but I need it for comedy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I've had it this whole time and it hasn't done fucking shit for me.
Yeah.
But that's only because like, I'm thinking of it right now. Like, you're right. Probably not erasing it, but definitely deleting it from my phone for sure helps. And
the only thing
not having it like at the ready kind of thing, but also like message. I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll just change my header on my Instagram to just email me or something like that. If contact email Like that's it. Just to be like, because
I
it's like I can't. It feels so nice not having that burden of whatever. But it's also like the Reddit and stuff like that is able to keep me up to date of like news. I feel like Reddit's the best way to get the news because you are going to get plenty of fake shit, but you're also like I'm okay at like sussing that out, and I can always do a Google and not Googling or searching as much porn. And like I said, just kind of naturally having it in the stream, having it there to access if I need it, but also not straying too far from the path because that it gets so dark.
No,
and that's my biggest thing.
I get that 100%. My only defense on Instagram is it's a way a lot of people message me for like comedy shit right now. So that's I would, but no, I am definitely all of those. I'm actually kind of proud of myself because I've just been able to have self-control with overusing the apps because I just associate them with a bad time,
brother.
And I'm like, dude, it'll be a way better. Like if I sat on here and just read comic books on my fucking Amazon Kindle app, I'd have a much better time than scrolling through Twitter. Because every time, you know what it is? It's not even the like fucking news that gets me on Twitter. Because I like finding out about shit. Like that's why I read. That's why I read fucked up books, because I like reading a book and I like having a panic attack over the reality of life. It's my version of taking a heroic dose of mushrooms. I read a fucked up book and I freak out because I realize life's fucked up. The thing that gets me with Twitter right now is everyone, for lack of a better word, everyone's so fucking gay and cringe. It's like, it's a bunch of people who aren't ready to have an actual fight talking shit like they fucking know anything. It's so fucking lame.
I hate Twitter. Really, Twitter's the worst. Twitter's absolutely it's lame. It's cesspool. And I only had Twitter for the longest time because, you know, I didn't have a following on Twitter. Like I'm not getting a lot of traction. And honestly, I don't hate it. I like the sharing the takes and everything like that. But it gets down to a point where, again, the burden of like, oh, I need to probably write for. I don't have that natural feeling already, and like, and not saying like it's just you know me. I need to fucking recharge my social battery. I need to fucking like shut down, and I need to not have to fucking overexpose myself or overstimulate myself with that bullshit. But like, and that's me. That's why I say like I know I'm not destined for success, but. I didn't forget to tell you. I specifically saved this for you, brother. Do you want to hear about this incredible opportunity I have? I'm not pyramid scheming you. I promise. It's
just
good news for me. Sorry.
You're trying to MLM me?
No, get this.
Get it. Give it to me.
I am going to be going to the AVNs this year.
How'd you get that?
Do
you spend enough money on someone's OnlyFans they're bringing you?
That's what I know. Yeah, I won a sweepstakes. I fucking been lying to Make-A-Wish for fucking 20 years, and they're finally.
Really? No. Can I please suck Riley Reed's tits, please?
Brother, I'm on the. My plane ticket's already booked. I'm getting hotel. I'm getting paid to go to the AVNs.
What's the fucking? Tell me the story.
So. I've been doing production for Colton's podcast. So this is or some of this is bad. And he was giving me a ride to my transmission fucking broke again, which is awesome. So he was giving me a ride to one of my dog sitting.
Is that why you don't have a fuck? That's why you don't. Because we're doing this. We didn't even mention why we're doing this like this. Because you had to drive Dom. So your car's fucked up again?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry, dude.
It's all right, bro. I'm actually kind of it happened that morning, and then I got an Uber to the studio so I could help them with the podcast. And then he was like, "Oh, that sucks about your car." He's like, "I'll give you a ride to your next thing." So we're talking in the car, and he mentioned during the episode that he's going to. Did you know? This is another fun fact. There's the gay VNs. Have you ever heard of that?
I've never heard of it, but I'm not surprised that it exists.
Dude, it's like WrestleMania. It's exactly like WrestleMania. How are you explaining it? So AVNs are in Vegas, right?
Probably the same outfits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's the exact same.
Like
that's like when everyone goes, dude, wrestling's so gay. I go, I know.
Yeah. That's
the
why
fuck?
I like it.
Say something different.
but there's a thing where like the AVNs are in Vegas usually, I'm sure. But like wherever they are, there's like a whole industry there that week. All the performers are there. They all want to get content. They all like
yeah, okay, that makes sense. And Pat, for people who don't get what Pat's getting at is when WrestleMania happens, a bunch of
city becomes an industry.
so there's like a shit ton of show, like a bunch of indie shows go to that city and put on shows and do this. And so the AVN has a bunch of indie promotions doing mini AVNs.
So there's the Gavians, and I
That
was like,
rules.
I said that is the most award-worthy category because I said most gay men or most gay porno actors are actually straight men, and it's like where you're like, wait, what?
Is it most or is it like I've heard it's like
a lot.
I heard it's like an initiation process, but so they keep doing it?
That's kind of unless you're like a huge name in porn, that's the only way you can make money as a male performer in pornography is doing gay or bi stuff. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like literally that's the term gay for pay is you're
I heard the only way to avoid that is to have yourself directly associated with a girl, and the girl goes, "I'll only fuck him." But other than that, you got to do gay stuff.
Like if you're, for sure. Like if you're married or something like that, that helps. Like if you're married to a performer, I think there's like a guy from Biohazard that was married to Tara Patrick for a while, and he ended up putting himself in all the movies. It was really weird.
Yeah,
like a guy that kind of looked like me, but not
that's
at my best.
That's weird. That's weird when you know the fucking person, like Lena the Plug.
Yeah,
I think she's a attractive, fake looking bitch, and then if you see a video, you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking Adam 22's dick. I don't want to look at his dick.
But he goes to he's going there, and I was telling him if you ever need he was talking about me possibly helping him with some more production stuff. I was asking him if there's any writing classes that he knows of, like, or writing things, because I want to learn more about writing and structure and stuff. And he was just like, oh yeah, if you want to help me out, I'm gonna help him out this Sunday doing some man on the street stuff. And then he was like, and I was like, that's cool. I said, it's so crazy. I started talking about the AVNs, and I was like, I was like, if you need any help or anything, just let me know. And he's like, would you be willing to go? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'll book. And he like booked me a fucking flight.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I'm his producer going to, so I'm working.
Oh yeah. Colton's like,
you better believe I'm going to be like filming, going like,
oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of camera shots doing this. Oh yeah, no, isn't Colton's like a real adult with real money, right?
I guess so. He at least has something to like. I was blown away that he was willing to give me a ride at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just in general, like, thanks so much for the ride. Can I get you a water? I'll give you gas money.
Well, you also forget we have and are bad friends to each other. So there's that.
Terrible.
You know, you know what I mean? Like, the most minor inconvenience, we cry like babies.
Like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, but he goes, and
you're like, are you treating me like a regular human being?
Literally, I felt like I was in such a good mood. I gave this homeless lady a bottle of water and $5. I was just like, I'm like, man, I'm saving money here.
Yeah. And then you immediately went like, give me that $5, you stupid bitch.
First pull on that water before you take a drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's like,
and then you turn around, the homeless lady's doing the like, just pour. She won't touch the rim because you're homeless, bitch.
But yeah, I found out about that. So I was like, okay. So honestly, the fact that I don't have a car right now, I'm still on cloud nine. I told Dom about it. She's just as excited about me because she knows how much of a fan I actually am.
Jerking off to other women
of the profession. I was like, I'm gonna take so many pointers home. I'm gonna find out because it's one of those things where I'm like, if there's like a seminar, it's like if there's goodie bag, I'm treating this like the Warped Tour. I want fucking swag. I want to like get pictures with performers I like. I'm like,
well, I'm happy. I'm happy you're happy, bro.
It's crazy, and the fact that I'm getting paid for it is nuts. So like, I can't believe that. I also, obviously I got to do stuff at the Gavians first.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. Oh, this is
That's
gonna be so
Thursday.
fun to talk about. We might have to have you as a guest on Patties to talk about this.
I told Lemaire, I told Lemaire, I was like, brother, if there's anything you want me to do, I will. I promise you, I will try to get any shots or anything. Like I'll do.
Wait,
if
when
you
are
guys
you doing?
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I fly back out Sunday.
Okay, so wait, will we be able to talk about this next? Wait, what's today? Friday? Today's
Yes.
Friday. Okay, so it's next Thursday, Friday. What?
It's not till
It's ne-
January. No, it's not till January.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
were
not
doing
going
it like.
to the AVNs till then. Like that's when
I thought
is,
it
but
was like next weekend.
No. I wish. No, I'm helping him out this weekend with something, but then like, and as I'm assuming as long as he's already booked the flight, so I'm going.
Yeah.
Did I make a fart face?
No. No, I was just thinking that fucking UFC's. This reminded me of a UFC fight.
Oh, if there's a UFC in the that weekend.
Yeah. No,
Wait,
the
I
next
can't.
the next UFC is gonna be Gay VN. Anyway, guys.
Andy,
jokes.
Andy.
Dude, that was the fun. Oh, dude, that was the funniest thing. Fucking, I saw Gavin Newsom. Trump made some post where Trump's like, "I'm gonna put out my own vodka," and then Gavin Newsom made a post where he thought he was like trolling him. So he's like, "I'm gonna make my own whiskey," and he did the. So Trump puts out a fake picture of vodka that is like a bottle that says, it has a T on it. So Gavin Newsom did the same thing. But Newsom, so he just tweeted out a bottle with an N on it, and then everyone on Twitter was like, so then have you ever seen like the Edward Tower that like trolls do online, where like they'll do it in the chat where it'll be like N, and then they try.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, so here it is. So then he does that, and then wait, where are we at? Here we go. He does that,
and then was going to start it,
and then people start posting I.
Thank you, Derek.
Shout out, Derek.
Awesome, Derek. Great pivot, Derek.
Great pivot,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, so people started doing N-I. This one's funny, Gavin.
Yeah.
No. I have to piss real quick. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Damn it, you're gonna leave me with the fucking tower. Hey guys, this is Pat. I'm going. Hold on, can I go full screen? I think I can. Yeah, look at that. Fuck him. Hey, you can see my cat now. Look at that. There's Stanley. So yeah. I think. Yeah, I didn't know that there was a N-word tower thing, but I have seen that. It's weird that I knew exactly what he was talking about. Slav, you know what? Don't be. This is this is a funny reaction to not being allowed to wait. God damn it. I was trying to show your comment, Slav, but you know what? You had to be a real jerk. When Andy comes back, he's gonna show me how to ban you. I'm just joking. Now it's just confusing. The chat's just getting too confusing because everybody's just typing random letters in. I don't think there's anything. I think there's if anything, there's like, I think the alcohol business with like most fighters or like actors or just in general, like any kind of like entertainer.
Bring me back.
What?
Where am I? Where am I?
You guys hear that?
I want to be on the show. Bring me back.
Oh, hey. No, I think the in general, like with like any performer, not just performer, but like athletes and like comics, like everybody's in the alcohol business because
it's an easy one to do.
Remember, what was the thing, the analogy I was telling you that one time of like comedy is the only industry where like it's like it's one of the least collaborative I feel like ventures in not just entertainment but just in general. Like it feels more cutthroat than anything, but not directly, not in the sense of like I'm going to take your thing. It's the fact that like it's a business where we're all struggling to try to make a living doing the things that we love. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as we find an easy revenue stream, it's like a lifeboat that's being offered and everybody jumps in that lifeboat and it gets overcrowded and it just ruins it and nobody can do it anymore. I feel like that's what the alcohol thing is. Like one or two Like who was like the first? I think George Clooney was like one of the first celebrities that started his own thing and then sold it for $1 billion, and everybody's like, wait, he bought it for this much and then he sold it a couple years later for billions of dollars, and then McGregor did it, and then fucking and then everybody's fucking doing it. Even like what's his face, Aljamain Sterling.
Well, he's got an alcohol. I just run away. I gotta go get it. I think that's
Harbor Rum, and it's like that it's not going to work the same for everybody, and even if it does,
I think that's a thing though that's been. This reminds me of I was listening to this podcast how, I started noticing a bunch of artists were just like Nicki Minaj would put out a song and the hook of it would just be super freak or some shit like that. Yeah. And I was like, I thought it was like a new anomaly. And then I just happened to stumble on a podcast and it's like they've literally been doing it since like the 50s, like since like popular music was recorded. And I'm guessing the whole put a fucking famous person's face behind a thing. It's just, you know what it is? It's why now I think, you know what? I think now it's like they've been doing that forever. It's just shittier now because it's easier to do. Yeah. Like, it's like there's like some of the good music now is better than any of the music I've ever heard, but there's just more shitty bands because it's so much easier to make music and post it and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but no, I agree with you. But like, I don't know. That's always that like fight of giving a fuck I have where I go like, that's just how it is. But also, if a couple of us gave a shit, that wouldn't be how it is. But it's like, it's also exhausting. Like, that's what I realized. Especially in the context of doing like Drag the Lake and No More Heroes, where I go, I almost don't think I wouldn't consider myself a movie buff. I would consider myself a guy who likes the movies I like.
Yeah.
Because and it's the same thing with music. There's so much bad music.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like the concept of music. I like the concept of good music.
Right. Yeah. It's a thing of like, I like being able to like what I like. And I like the fact that, the people that make the music I like are so passionate about it. But like, it doesn't overall, like, obviously I want them to be successful, but it really just matters like what,
Yeah. What time do you have to do your shit, by the way?
I probably have to leave by like 12:30.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. So we should probably start talking about stuff. I completely lost track of time.
That's all right. I mean, I can always like, I just have to, the only thing is I have to pick Dom up at like 4:45 or something like that. But I can always come back and do something. But I don't know.
I mean, we could maybe, because we kind of lost track of time. Yeah. We could maybe record one real quick tomorrow morning or something. I don't know.
I can always stream again tomorrow.
All right, yeah.
Or do this like if we can do that also.
Yeah, we could just do. It's so funny. We just had a good hang with friends. We forgot to do the things we were supposed to do. Well, let's record one today, and then tomorrow we'll record the other one.
Yeah, that's fine. Did you so then in that case, did you want to just didn't you say you had a weird theory?
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, so then we'll have time. So you said you gotta leave by 12:30, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just make sure we'll just make sure we do Drag the Lake or No More Heroes by 11:30. Okay, cool. Wait, we should read some comments.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just wanted to drop a comment quick. Big fan of Drag the Lake pod. Love listening to it while getting things done around the house. You guys are hilarious. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Punch Fishing.
I love this term, octane core. Me hitting octane core to the point where I think I have a problem and need to give it a chance and then realize I was justified. Yeah, dude, that's a big thing I've been learning with, doing these pods and trying to be more familiarizing myself with much more art and stuff like that. I go, there's some you can bail on. Like, you don't have to, like, it's like whenever you say you don't like a certain band, and then people will be like, nah, man, you just have to listen to A, B, and C, and then you'll get it. And you go, no. I mean, I believe that with, like, I always talk about liking Dune, and I didn't like Dune at first, and then I gave it more of a chance. But even there, I was like, there was something in me that wanted to like Dune, so I tried harder. I think a lot of times, like off the jump, half the time you're like, especially with an album, 4 songs in, you know if you like that band or not. Like
Right.
unless the band, like we were talking about, what was the fucking band that started glam and then they went to like thrash metal? I always forget their name.
Glam and went to thrash metal.
Yeah, they put out like 3 albums that were glam, and then the drum, he had the guitarist that got shot, Dimebag, or no, fuck, what was the fucking podcast we did? Pantera, yeah, right.
Oh, really? They started. I don't think I remember them start. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Because he was huge into Van Halen. That's what it was.
Oh
He
yeah,
loved Van Halen
Pantera.
so much. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Derek. It was Pantera. Yeah, but like there's obvious exceptions to every fucking statement you make. Like Pantera was a glam band for 3 albums, and then they were like a hard heavy metal band.
Yeah.
But like generally speaking, you don't need to listen to too many songs from a band to be like, oh, I don't like this. And it's like you save yourself the time. You think it's this thing where you're like, no, I really need to like analyze this. It's like, no, you're wasting time just watching bad shit.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna like create art, it's actually beneficial to consume bad art, so you know what's not a good thing to do art wise. But if you're just a fucking consumer, you don't have to consume bad shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading some of these.
Oh no, you're good. Did you happen to watch Viagra Boys on the Daily Show? I didn't know the Daily Show had bands still, or the bands in general.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that. I hope it was good. He said it was good production wise.
Viagra Boys are good. They're like a Idols variant.
Yeah. I'm not huge into them or anything like that, but it would be cool to see, I guess.
I would go see them live. Oh, yeah. I wanted to. You brought up Jimmy Kimmel earlier. I wanted to show you this. I thought this was incredibly ironic that Jimmy Kimmel, he gets taken off for free speech, and both my videos about Jimmy Kimmel got blocked.
Huh.
And I know it's just like an algo thing because of like copywritten stuff, but the irony in that really made me laugh.
Yeah, the fact that of course, because that's the thing is like it is no matter what, it's just the like I understand the freedom of speech argument thing, but he was still at work. It's kind of a thing of like it's scary because it's like it's weird in entertainment, obviously. But like there's places like you always say, and I would even think the same thing of like you can go to Twitch or you can go to fucking blah blah blah, you can go wherever, but like there's not that there's less free speech. It's just the fact that like speech is way more limited than you think. Like even the thing of like saying having to go SA or fucking grape or something like that, you know what I mean? Like shit like that where you're like, I can't use the naughty language. The naughty language has been expanded to where like there's way more naughty words, where something as classic as like George Carlin's old bit of like the seven words you can't say.
Yeah.
It's like 70 words now. Like there's like so many different things where you're like, you can't really say that. You can't. So it doesn't, it sucks that like free speech still exists. You can still go outside and say anything at all. You can do whatever. To broadcast it or to have like some kind of like push behind you is up to the body of work that you are a part of. So like if they agree with what you're saying and they will back you up, then they can back you up. But it doesn't mean that you lost your right to say what you want. It's just the fact that like if I work at Target and I go in there and I just start sharing my views on things, they also can go like, hey, can you shut the fuck up? Like you can say what you want, but like please don't do it with a Target shirt on. Don't, you know what I mean? Like don't do it with like your name tag. Don't do it while you're on the clock. We're not paying you for your opinion. We're paying you to work for us. So in this case, though, with Jimmy Kimmel, they are kind of paying him and his writers for their point of view. So like that's where the gray area comes in. But it's also like he didn't get fired. He's back. It's whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I'm just saying that in general, yes, it is kind of a thing where you're like, it's technically, I wouldn't say it would be like if somebody was in their house saying what they want and the fucking cops came in and but this is how it starts. Like that's the point. That's the point that everybody's making. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's like that's why I don't know. I don't like approach anything with like a very strict rule on anything. Like people assess the world like they're the fucking, how like in certain states they have those 3-strike drug laws where it's like 3 strikes, no questions asked, you're in there for 20 years or whatever the fuck.
Right. Speaking.
A lot of people approach social issues like that, and I go, I don't know, man. A lot of it's like case by case basis.
Strike one.
Where it's like they'll be like, well, Jimmy Kimmel got taken off air. That's a freedom of speech violation. And I'm like, it technically is. But also, if you go through the history of the things Jimmy Kimmel celebrated, like Tucker Carlson getting off air, saying if you didn't take the vaccine, you deserve to die. Like and that's just 2. There's a whole slew of things. I go, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel got taken off was wrong. Am I going to lose too much sleep over it? Absolutely not. And then it's like, and then you see people where, like when Kanye put out that HH song, and there was this dude who did a ukulele cover of it. And he like, you guys believe I got fired from my corporate job? I go, yes.
Yeah. Because you posted it. Like, that's the thing. It's like, yes, you can, it's like people don't realize the thing of like, yes, you are allowed to say whatever. Like when you film that,
and I feel the same
when you filmed it. Did anything happen to you? No, right?
Yeah.
But then when you posted it, like you can say what you want, you can think what you want, but
it's one thing. It's one thing too. Like the Twitter files revealed that a lot of these companies got pressured to. A lot of these social media companies got pressured to take off people who disagreed with the government. That's fucked up. But and I think a lot of times some of these businesses crumble to social pressure and fire people unjustifiably.
Right.
But I got to give it to them. Like, I don't know if I'm running a business and I go, Doug in accounting's posting ukulele covers where he's saying N-word Hail Hitler. I go,
yeah,
maybe we find a different accountant. That's also crazy.
Yeah.
And then and I feel
it's totally within the company's right to be like, hey man, that I had no idea you were that nuts to think that was okay to do.
And I feel the same way about people posting Charlie Kirk tweets. It's so funny. Spartan's a fellow autistic libertarian. He knows exactly who I'm talking about. It's so funny, dude. Yeah, no, it's just like I don't like. There's certain times I don't care. Like, yeah, your freedom of speech was like technically violated, but like you've shown yourself to be like the worst. Right. So like. It's like I always say, it's like if you went to your local deli and found out the guy working there was a Nazi. I don't know what about being a Nazi affects your ability to make a great Italian sub, but I'm not going there.
You can vote. You can vote with your dollar. You can say like, I don't, whatever. But when you start like railing against people and you start saying, don't go here, this guy, I'm canceling my membership, I'm doing whatever. It's like one of those things where you're like, to say like, okay, it's not okay for somebody to get fired because do you remember years ago, the company the cake thing? Remember the cake thing?
Yeah, the gay cake.
Yeah, the gay cake where the gay guys went in. The gay cake where they went in and they said, "Can we get good cake?" And they said, "Did you just say good cake?" No thanks, buddy. We only make good cake here.
I'm a Christian. You want a good cake?
Yeah, if you want me to make you a cupcake, it only is going to be for straight people.
We had cupcakes. We had cupcakes at our wedding.
I'm not going to put 2 dicks on a cake for you, pussy. So whatever the fuck it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cupcakes are a great idea. It's a wonderful idea. But that whole debate was, well, they have the right to and you're like, okay, if they own the business and that person says that they don't want to make that person a cake, they technically do have the right to refuse. Is it right? I do not agree with it. No. I don't think that's morally the right thing to do. But if that's where their thing is, and those people have the right to share that with whatever, do I think that they should start picketing outside? No, I think it should be known that that company is that way so that you don't even waste your time.
Sure.
Just for
yeah.
even for convenience sake of like if your company if you don't want to serve blacks, you have to put that in your fucking ad or your title.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to
that's like-
announce it. You have
Well,
to
that-
say I don't want black people here, and
Well,
then that way it's known to everybody this place is crazy and they don't want black
Well,
people.
no, that's the thing. That's like the disconnect people have with like understanding libertarian shit because they just associate laws with like right or wrong. And like libertarian shit, it's like more about like the philosophy is more about like a legal code where it's like they believe in private property. So it's like, it's this thing where it's like everyone has this like binary way of thinking, and I'm here over here just being like, just give me a couple more like A, B, and C. Because it is like I believe
because it can't be this or that. There's also this maybe. Like
well,
also,
no, it's. I'm more saying it's like, well, if A then B. I'm like, well, no, if A then B, but also C. Because I'm saying like I believe in private property. So then someone would go, so you think someone could put a no black sign out in front of their store? I go, yeah, they have that legal right because of private property rights. Now, here's the thing, though. Now you have to exist in society,
right?
And,
right, exactly. That's the hard part because not a lot of people believe that.
But I go, yeah, of course they have the right to do that,
Yeah.
but have fun actually doing that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like you have to like it. I think you can. It shouldn't be like, oh, we've exposed this racist because of whatever, or we've exposed this asshole because she stole a baseball from somebody, or whatever the fuck it is. It's a thing of like show the footage and just let it be known. That's it. Then it's not then you don't have to do anything. Now that's the reality. That person lives in reality, and everybody's up to date of like, oh yeah, you were the fucking baseball lady. I forgot about that.
Dickhead, right?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, you know what I mean? That's still bad.
Yeah.
You don't have to dox them. You don't have to get them fired. Just them being that person, having to exist in their normal day-to-day now. Like imagine if you got drunk at a fucking company party and you made a fucking complete ass of yourself you threw up all over yourself and you did that. You still got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to go to work on Monday and be like, hey, and they're like, hey, how you feeling? You know what I mean? Like, but as soon as you walk past, everybody's gonna be like, that was a fucking dickhead, though. Remember? You fucking
remember he got drunk and he grabbed
Stacy. Remember?
Remember he got drunk and he grabbed Tommy's dick and screamed out, "This is what I really love. This is what I really want."
Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing of like
it's gonna end bad for him.
It's gonna end bad because like you're doing that yourself. Either you're not progressing or you're hiding. You know what I mean? Like it's wrong and you're hiding it. That's the thing. It's wrong and you're hiding it. But you're not doing anything to make it better. So let it be known. And then that way you kind of have to go like, oh yeah. It's like American History X. You go to jail for killing a black guy. And then do. And then you go like, hey, this guy's all right. I like him.
Wait a minute.
Now I'm friends with them.
You know what? I don't think I'm gonna kill black people anymore.
I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. Because what? This guy changed my mind.
I've never heard it that way. It's so funny. That is being like, I'm gonna kill. You know what? Off of very little, I will smash a black guy's skull open.
Yeah, he was running away from my house.
And you know what? I'm like, this black guy he just had to like meet one black guy and do laundry with him.
Yeah, he had to just in one normal, non-competitive circumstance. Ironically, in jail when they're just doing laundry together, and he's like, "Wow, I feel kind of gay right now." Hey, and you're kind of gay.
Hey, I should probably. You know what? I'm not gonna murder you guys anymore.
He does one of these. He goes. He looks down at his titty tattoo and he just shakes his head and he goes, "Man, I regret this now."
Yeah.
Hey,
do you know that movie?
We're friends. In the time it's going to take me to grow my hair, I'm completely changed everything I believed in for the past 20, 30 years of my life.
Did you hear about how the director wanted it to end and then Edward Norton was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah. I forget. Wasn't it like the brother?
I'm looking it up right now. Here. This says, in the ending of American History X, Danny is tragically killed by a black student in the bathroom, which Derek discovers too late. This event underscores the film message. Wait a minute.
Undoes everything we learned. Isn't it like he goes back to the
Here. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. And hey, props to Reddit. Reddit had the answer, not stupid Google AI. Yeah, this is why it's like, no, I want well-meaning nerds, not your fucking technology.
Yeah.
The ending that Tony K wanted the film to have left you on a very different note to the very version that was released. Here's an overview, blah, blah, blah. The original film ended with Danny is shot by a black student. In K's version, after this, we are taken to a scene in the family apartment where the detectives are trying to comfort Danny's grieving mother and sister. The camera then pans away and cuts to a scene in the bathroom. We see the sink filled with hair and electric razor next to it. Derek is stood there with his head shaved. He stares in the mirror and looks at the swastika on his chest before pulling out a pistol. The film ends on a shot of Derek's sick smile, the same smile he saw when he was arrested for his murder earlier in the film. And it's just like,
but honestly, it's crazy.
It's really funny to. Well, I mean, I guess playing devil's advocate, I could see like him trying to be like, this is just the problems of life and not, but it does really come off as co-signing it. Like I was right the whole time.
Yeah. See.
I gotta watch it again because anorexic dyslexic is saying I hate American History X. I've only ever watched it as a young kid when like you're just like, oh, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it again as an adult. I feel like it's a bad movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like it's just really it's just a very condensed, a very compressed story of like this one particular guy, and like it's just really awkward. I think like you said, it's like it's almost like one of those things of like I haven't seen anything like this before, and like it was so crazy. It was like the same thing of like I found out later on, like especially after the Charlie Kirk thing, that like I don't necessarily flux with Faces of Death stuff anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, and this is my theory. I don't think I ever did. I think I was just traumatizing myself with those back in the day when I was watching them as a young boy, going like, "Oh, this is so cool." This is because I was like, I have never seen this, and I go, "Whoa, that's real."
Well, there's a lot of things. Well, there's a lot of things too, like
Rotten.com.
I know for me, like getting into aggressive pornography at a young age, I was like, I thought I had to do all the aggressive shit, and then you get older and you realize you're like, oh no, this is an industry filled of like creeps and the guys fucking are weirdos and shit like that, and you're like, it's like it's actually perfectly fine to have normal sex. You don't have to be like you don't have to be fucking Johnny Sins every fucking time you fuck.
Yeah, and that's what I like in general. Like I think it's just it's just in general like not. Like I'm finding out what I actually like are animal rehabilitation videos. And
is there anything better? Is there anything better when you see a pit bull with a fucked up ear and then it's got a bow later in the video and it's at a happy family?
I just saw this little fucking Pomeranian that was like so manged that it looked, and it was so skinny. It looked like a Guillermo del Toro like fucking prop. It had this crazy rib cage showing all this other stuff, and then like within a year, it's like nice and fluffy. It's got its own little bed. I'm like, that's exactly how puppies need to be treated.
Yeah,
it's a thing. I want to see humanity now, and that's why I erased Twitter. That's why I think I'm definitely gonna ramp down. I'm probably just gonna do Instagram on my phone, or not on my phone, on my computer, like laptop or something like that. Just because I'm like, I can't. It's just a thing where it's like, it doesn't help me. I know it. Everybody says it does, and like, I'll still try to like check in when I can. But like, I fucking hate Instagram.
Well, no,
I hate social media. It's ruining my fucking life, and it's showing me all the terrible things in life.
The only pro Instagram argument I'm making is purely for the messaging, because that's how a lot of people contact each other. Everything else I completely get, brother. No, well, it kind of coincides with what we were saying about like, especially too with us being like doing podcasts and shit. You want to have a wide knowledge of everything. But also at the same time, like we were saying earlier, you don't have to waste your time with bad shit. It's like you don't just be you've realized it was bad at a certain point. You don't have to sit through the whole thing just to be like, I have a well-rounded opinion now. It's like, no, we figured out 20 minutes in it was bad. It's the same thing with like it's the same thing with like seeing bullshit online. It like I know from it's like you're like, no, I'm gonna fucking trudge through it, and this is real, and you're like, no, I think I can spend time not just downloading bullshit every second. I could probably download some good shit from time to time.
Yeah. I just it just comes down to like, I don't want to be, first of all, I also don't want to be like shown things that whether it be an algorithm or even my own search history or whatever. I don't necessarily want to see that shit necessarily, because I you know what I mean? Like my mood changes for sure, but also like just in general, we weren't like kept from the internet. There was no kind of restrictions. There wasn't like screen time. There wasn't stuff like that necessarily. Like maybe you were like, oh, you gotta be off the computer by the certain time, but like not other than that, wasn't really. We were in the wild fucking west, dude.
Yeah.
So like, I think even just the way our generation, or maybe even me, I don't know, just certain people from our generation, how we view the internet is so crazy different that like I'm
What
only
it is
now. Yeah, and I think I'm only now like actually understanding and utilizing it correctly, or at least like rationally. Because the thing is, like, to me, it was like it's like red line. It's like all the time, like I'm just opening up Twitter and there's just like people dying in my feed. There's people like fucking there's tits and fucking,
or there's a guy telling you you're gonna die if you don't do this.
yeah,
Things
it's
like
just
that.
it's just nuts. It's everything's 100, and in reality, in real life, like people, unless they're on their phone, aren't that. They're just fucking people. It's just people. It's just a bunch of people out there, and that's why anytime I hear like any race, and like speaking of like American History X or anything like that, but like any of those like that go like the superior race or the chosen people or whatever, it's always just like, shut the fuck up. Everybody has trash people.
Shut
Everybody
up,
has good
dork.
people. Yeah, it's just like there literally is no such thing. So shut up. It's you sound as stupid as like super devout like religious people, or super devout like anything else, to where you're like, the thing that you, so wow, the thing that you spent your entire life studying is the answer. That's crazy, and you have it right. That's so cool. And it's like, or you could just go like, oh, it's not for me, and just move on. It's how you
Also,
take everything in, and we, I think, kind of learn that through like our consumption of the internet. People are
there's
learning
like
boundaries now.
Also, there's like a 50 and listening to Boundaries, great band. There's also a 50-50 shot. We were a bunch of monkeys that aliens shot fucking shit into us, and now we're just because like, why are we like this and nothing else is? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Why is the internet able to affect us so much, but like animals just don't give a fuck about it for the most part?
Yeah. Why don't bears have cell phones?
To me,
I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was just being funny.
No, but my thing goes back to even like, and it is why I think I initially kind of got into jujitsu and other things of like, what actual use do I have if, like, let's just say we don't have any electricity anymore. Let's just say electricity goes away. You lose a lot of things. So like, what actual practical real life functions do I offer? And like, that's why I was like, I have to at least be able to like, be strong or be flexible. You know what I mean? Like, either because if I'm going to be either a sex slave, I got to, make good use of it, or I also have to be able to like kill or hunt.
You'd
or
be
do, like, things like where it could get real fucking primal real quick. And then like, I don't know how to manage a bank.
You'd probably have a more chill time in the apocalypse than I would. I think they would see me and they'd be like, we need him to carry stuff. They would see you and they'd be like, entertain us, boy.
Yeah, like, yeah, something like that. Like, I'd be, I want to be able to use
Tatum
something.
and this is the end.
Yeah, with the fucking wrestler, the luchador mask on.
Yeah. No, I think it was like a fucking gimp mask.
but either way, like, it's a thing where I want to be like it. Like, I'm happy to learn, but I'm trying not to put so much emphasis on like your social media presence. I want to make sure like, the AVN opportunity. I didn't get that because of my social media presence. I got that
Yeah.
because I hanging out with somebody and working with them. They were like, "Oh, you have value to me. Like,
Yeah.
let's work together." It
I think
wasn't like,
I think it's just about focusing on good vibes and good shit.
yeah, and it's really hard. It's really hard to do on social media, at least on my feed. And I don't know if that just means I have to like go through all my
Well, no,
followers.
you're doing the right steps because you're like self-aware. Like that's what I use. Like when I use TikTok, I don't scroll a lot on it. I understand the positives that could come from it, and I use it to be like, I like to discuss music. I like to be a source where people, if they follow me, they know what new music is out. But like all of those apps, if you're not self-aware, you can immediately fall into it and become an NPC for it. That's what you see with all the apps. It's just, but you're doing the right steps where you have the proper self-awareness so you avoid letting the apps turn you into an NPC.
And hopefully, like that's the thing is like even Reddit, like in my attempts of like curating a pretty healthy timeline that still has, I still like, brother, I think that's why Dom was so excited about me getting the AVN thing, because she was like, because she knows that I'm like, that's my social media junk food kind of thing. I'm just up to date on fucking smut. I like fucking,
Dude,
I just love fucking smut, dude. I love it.
Well, you and Dom are a bunch of fucking
We're dirty.
You're dirty little pigs, right?
Yeah. We're smut.
Exactly.
Well, if you're on the Patreon, I think it was that on the Patreon episode?
Well, no, that was the thing. That was the thing I was trying to get across to Nate is like, because he's like, that's his whole thing where he's like, oh, if you get married, it's all gonna change. I go, no, it's just gonna be like me
You're
and
locked
Steph.
in. Yeah.
Like me and Steph are two depressed emo kids that when we catch the vibe, we have a very romantic love life. You and Pat, I mean, me and Pat, when we fuck, it's hot and salty.
It's just purely physical.
But like you and Dom, that's like, do you mind? I don't know if I mentioned this on the pod, but it's like I realized who you and Dom were when I was living at your apartment, and I was like, what? I was like, I need to get Steph. This is the first anniversary we've had where I'm not there.
Yeah.
Pat's wife, if you don't mind me telling
No, good.
Pat's wife, I mean, you are both dirty little pigs, so I think you want this info out there.
Yeah.
Pat's wife's first suggestion was, she goes, well, there's these his and hers Bluetooth dildos and vibrators you could send to each other, and you could you can
like control them from the other state. So like that way, like if you're like over the phone, if you're having like phone sex or something like that, and Andy's like,
and I'm standing there I was thinking like a mug with our picture on it. Dude, you know what the funny part was? I like that me and Steph are little gay emo kids because I got her for our anniversary. I got her a picture. What?
Wasn't it cheese? Didn't you get her something with cheese or something?
There's always whatever gifts. There's always cheese at some point in gifts with Steph because she's a big cheesehead. Not a Packers fan. Go Birds. No, I got her, dude. I got her a picture. I got her a picture of us when we went to go to this beer festival and see Newfound Glory, because that was like top 5 best dates for the two of us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got her a picture, and it's this thing where it has a Spotify tag that goes to like our song, which is this Menzinger song. And it's just a cheesy little, cheap little bullshit. I got her a picture of cheese. Yes. It's just some cheesy bullshit, literally cheesy. And she opened it up and she immediately started crying because it's a non-binary pride. That's hilarious.
That's what it was supposed to be. It's the little things. I was doing that. He made these things. So I was trying to do that for Derek.
But no, and it's like, yeah, I got her that, and she like fucking cried because we're way more into like the sentimental shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing we were I think Nate was missing, where it's like, no, like, well, our thing just got enhanced.
Yeah.
Pat and Dom's thing just got enhanced.
Right.
Your thing will get enhanced if you have a good relationship. Your thing will just get enhanced, whatever it is.
If anything, it'll move on to like the next, like it can, if you're already that comfortable together and you're already happy with your relationship and everything, especially after like, I don't know if double-digit years, You know what I mean? Like, especially that
You
amount.
talking Nate and Jules?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like,
I mean, they've been together for about as long as me and Steph have. So yeah.
So yeah. So like, if they're like, then it's like one of those things of like, by that point, if you're not, and that's the part where you're like, if you're not unhappy with it, like, then you don't have to worry about that part.
Yeah,
Like, if you're still happy sexually, whatever, like, then that would be able. It's not like it does not happen the way that people talk about in movies and shit, where it's you're already in your like, you're essentially common law now. You know what I'm saying?
Any guy you see with a bitch wife that is condescending to him,
yeah,
she's been a bitch since day one.
Yeah, she was a piece of shit that like your friends were talking about when you were dating, going like, God damn it, like, she's a real fucking handful. Like, I love them, but like, I mean, she's just like, she can be a lot sometimes, you know? And like, if people like, that's the thing is like, they will be who they are. If they're hiding themselves from you, if Jules has successfully hid, you know, herself from Nate for years and years and years,
he's got way bigger problems on his hand.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not just the marriage thing. It's just,
dude, maybe it's maybe he's worried he's getting honeypot. Maybe it's Israel's trying to get all his secrets.
Yep, that's probably what it is. She does have earpieces in usually sometimes. I see.
Right? And she always, you think Jules is Israeli? Maybe it's a honeypot. Shit. Nate Patel over here, dude.
But
Nate does, dude. When he
FBI,
actually, when Nate takes his glasses off, he does get like.
But yeah, I feel like you're right. Yeah, you just kind of lock in and you just go like, it doesn't have to go. Nothing really changes. People change over years. Like, if you look at the picture of you guys when you first met to now, you're both have changed a lot in general.
Oh, I thought you were about to call me fat.
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just. But that's the thing is, people go through fats and skinnies. Like, it's like one of those things of like, you don't put the ring on, all of a sudden she just becomes a fat cow that doesn't want to fuck you. It's like,
yeah.
No, like, if she hasn't already, then most likely that won't happen unless it's just a natural progression of like, you go through your fats and skin. Bob Kelly talks about it all the time. You have multiple fats over a life.
Also, too, it's why anytime I started dating a girl, I would always kind of slow roll. The hanging out before it got official for me would always be a while.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's a feeling out process. Because it's like, there's a lot of things people do. It's not overt or specific, but there's always vague things people do that you go, that will manifest itself into a different, bigger problem later. And it's like the fucking people who you get married and your wife immediately gets super fat and is like a fucking prude bitch. It's like, yeah, that's probably a thing you probably just ignored the whole time. Like, you probably, it's not like a specific thing where she's like sitting there like, you put a baby in me, I'm getting fat, dickhead.
Most of the advice shows I watch, it's so funny because it's like, most advice I think people ask most of the time is like one of those things where they're like, this is the situation, do you think I should do that? Like, my wife won't suck my dick or something like that. And it's like, what should I do? Like, I think you should not talk to me about it. I think you should talk to her about it.
Should ask to get some
she's
head.
Your wife. Yeah. If you can't talk to your wife about your dick sucking from your wife, then you're in big trouble. Because that's the thing of like, believe it or not, like, that, not saying that it's expected that a woman you should be exchanging oral if that's the deal. Like, you exchange oral, you exchange genitals.
It's like, hey, does some girls not want to go fucking crazy style on it? Yeah. Sure. That's also, we talked about it before. Some of the expectations on his head does come off as attempted murder. So it's like, if she doesn't want to fear for her life, that's fair. But yeah, it's like, you should want to, without a problem, want to do that to your partner.
But that's the thing is like, that's one of those, that's the first person you should talk to. Like, unless it's a situation of like, should I tell
that is funny to be like, I want head, I should go ask a different man what to do.
or any of those things. I'm like, you usually in you asking the question, like naturally the answer kind of comes out. So like if you just ask it to your, I understand sometimes if you want to be reinforced, if you want to make sure that you are making the right decision, but a lot of times, like most of the times, the answer is in the question of like, what should I do? Like, you should, take care of it. It's all, but in a situation like it's like you said, if your relationship's already kind of shit, then yeah, maybe you shouldn't get married. But like if you're happy in your relationship, the marriage isn't going to do that unless either one of you chooses to drastically change after that, or you're, I don't know. Dom and I have grown and changed together over the years for sure. Derek is saying in the comments here, he's witnessed you grow into a man over the years.
No, it is funny. I look like a little boy. If you look at me at the time, and that's what Steph was attracted to, and that's why she's a dirty little fucking pedophile.
Right.
Yeah, she liked boys.
But yeah, I just think that like in general, like you're not going to be, if you're willing to be friends and like hang out and be open with them, then like you kind of do just become into like, no, his joke about her, your spouse not being your best friend kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that is true. Dom is not like, she is a best friend category, but she is not like there's still things that, I can't talk to her about, but that means like,
that's the same thing with
a lot of times it's venting. It's either venting or it's like lamenting or,
But also on the flip side, like you're one of my best friends, but like, what am I going to do if I want to complain about you? I don't go to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it's one of those things where like you don't, I think if you fuck your best friend, it's not that you can't fuck your best friend.
You start 2 podcasts. That's what you do.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you can effectively fuck your best friend. Like, you can't call somebody that you fuck your best friend because, like, I don't know. Like,
I don't know, dude. I'll be straight up. It is a weird thing.
Yeah.
There was I
categorize that.
No, I know what you're saying. I've shifted some of my sexual proclivities because it's like, fuck, I started respecting this fucking bitch.
And that's the other thing is I don't respect her. Like, but also sometimes, I think sometimes there's kinks where they like not being respected. There's kinks where they like, it's about how if they're not.
Well, that's like a women's big MO is like, you should like know without me telling you.
Yeah.
And that's where you get that fucking Louis C.K. joke where they're like, no, just like, even though I'm not wanting to be raped, you should try to rape me. And you're like, well, that's anyway. All right, we're about to talk over the time we have for it's so fun. We're too good of friends, dude. We forget the podcast.
Damn, stupid friendship.
Goddamn friendship. I do have to piss one more time, and then we should record Drag the Lake.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we're all
Thank
talking
you.
music. Nate finally got what? I don't know how to ask for sex. I can help with that. Well, if you're not willing to pay, it's the easiest way is no. I'm not trying to spit bars at you guys or anything, but the easiest way is to pay. But if you're not willing to do that, then I would say asking for sex is not the best way to do it in general. So, like, I think you're starting out on the wrong foot. If you go in and you say, can I have some sex, please? It's not going to be taken well. Even I feel like but me and my wife do have that relationship where I can't just go in and be like, hey, do you want to have some sex? It's, maybe that's not a preferred method of entry all the time, but it does work, for the most part, because usually she'll go like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that. So, you can have that, but then you can also have the spontaneous stuff. If you're trying to get sex and you're not in a relationship, the spontaneous thing is going to be a lot harder, and you don't want to do that, period, because that's, the bad one. So if you're asking for sex, it's more like convincing. Not
what
really
are we talking about?
You're not tricking. Cellrat says, I don't know how to ask for sex. I said, well, first of all, asking for sex is not a great method in general, but also
finally gonna let Andy smash. He fucking better, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Do you ever just ask for sex?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Is like, unless you're in my relationship, I said that is a preferred, that is an entry method essentially, but it's not the preferred entry method of all the cases to go like, hey, you want to have some sex? You could do
Me
that,
and-
but
me and
also
Steph-
you can go like, hey, why don't you? Like I said, I can talk to her any way I want, essentially, like back and forth. It's the same idea of like, if she's looking to get her ass smashed, you know what I mean? Like, then she'll be asking for an ass smashing. So like it, or she'll let me know, hey,
One ass smashing, sir.
an ass smashing is on the table. If you'd like to partake, please inquire
Me and
within. So
our-
like it's a thing. So like it's one of those things. But like if you're not in a relationship, that asking for sex is definitely not the way. But also spontaneous is also out. So
When,
but that's what I was saying. That's another method of with Dom is, you know, you could be spontaneous. You go, hey,
dude,
we're doing sex now.
Me and Steph are like a band that's been together for fucking ages. Where
Yeah,
you're
you
just
just
in
look back.
We're a jam band. Yeah, we're just like, and then we're
both shirts off,
and then and then someone's mouth is on someone else. All right,
Yeah, so
let's fuck it. We could do relationship talk all goddamn day. Maybe we
Yeah.
will
Hey, if you
some
guys-
other
if you
time.
need some more relationship advice, we can stream back with you guys. And you want to ask, because I've been married for about 16 odd years.
16, nice.
yeah.
I think I just hit 7. Yeah, 7.
Talk to me when you get the double digits, bro.
No,
No.
it's actually when I just cut you off completely.
I've been single for over 5 years, and it's been the best 5 years of my life. I can see that too. See, that's another thing. It's Apple Android. Some people are like, we're both domesticated boys. Oh yeah, did I tell you I'm bringing back the GDP?
No.
I just love the
You're
name.
trying to have more podcasts than me?
No, just one more.
Okay.
I'm getting rid of the other ones, and it's just going to be GDP.
Okay. Is that the one you do with your wife, or is that just you?
It's just me and her, or anything. It's a gross domesticated podcast. But yeah, sometimes we're domesticated boys, and sometimes we need to be off the leash. But I prefer to. I know exactly what I like. I know what I need, and same for my wife, and that's what we do for each other.
Well, I was happily off the leash for the longest time, and then fucking Steph went, "Go on, get over here, boy," and then I was just like, I was like, and then after a while, you're like, actually, this is kind of nice. I like, you know, I get food from your hand. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you know, you're like that. That's kind of where I was at.
she
with
broke
it.
you.
Yeah, she broke. What's the term? Broke me.
The gross domesticated podcast, technically, but yes, Derek, it's the gross domesticated podcast. And there'll be I already got the nice art that I have, and I just love the name. It's better than anybody else's podcast name.
Well, actually, there's one podcast that's not better than Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. Wait, which one are we doing?
The Thoughtless podcast.
What?
I'm
Thoughtless. I'm gonna be the Will and Grace guy.
I'm Ozark guy.
I'll be Will and Grace.
And then
but who's gonna be Bojack?
Oh yeah, we need a Bojack. Guys, you want to hop on and be a Bojack?
And a Bojack.
We'll send the link. Hold on. We need a Bojack.
But when we're done, I'm gonna go Jack.
Hey, isn't it fun being rich and successful?
Oh my god. Oh my god. So let me tell you what it was like on set. Good, because I have a successful career and I would never actually give you anything interesting info. What's my opinion on this current event? The agreed upon one.
Yeah.
Dude.
Blanket statement.
I like all of those guys so much. Like when I see any of them in a fucking movie, I go, it's going to be a good movie. It's going to be a good show, whatever the fuck it is. When they're like, by the way, we're doing a podcast. I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you see Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro on the Kelsey brother podcast, where you go, the football guys and the Hollywood guys, and was there a substantive conversation, or
that actually
was
made
it
me
just a clip farm?
The football that actually made me laugh really hard because some dork on Twitter was like, can you fucking believe this? This is below Leo. I go, it's not. It's 2025. Centers, the former centers of the Philadelphia Eagles have bigger pull than your gods.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Go Birds. It's like, shut the fuck up, dork.
It's just like one of those things where you're like, do what you want, but it's also like, you guys suck. Fuck you, celebrity podcasting fucks. Be the celebrity in the one thing. Get the fuck out of our thing, you fucks.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like,
nobody wants to pay us to be in fucking Ozarks, so just go be in fucking Ozarks, and we'll be in podcast. Well, this is our realm. It's free. It's the only free one. You can't take over the free one and get all the fucking. I'm not saying they're taking all the sheath underwear ads that we were supposed to get.
That's my $70.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, give me that fucking ad money, you fucks. Like,
no,
you don't need it. You have advertisers. You fucking idiots.
There's some people that you're clearly like Conan doesn't make me mad. I've listened to that.
He left TV and went into, you know what I'm saying? Like he went away.
But then when there's certain people that get into podcasting, and then like every time you look and the episodes are like 40 minutes long, and I go, you don't want to do this. Go back to you dug you. It's an hour. You know it's a fucking hour, and it should be hard to do it an hour because you just love to talk.
We're accidentally doing 3 times the work you are, trying to do the thing we want. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we're producing it ourselves, and we're fucking editing it ourselves. You fucking losers. And you guys are getting all the credit as you're not a podcaster. You're a guest every week on your own show. That's what you are. You come in and everything's already set. You don't have production meetings. You don't have that stuff. You have producers that set shit up for you. And I'll tell you, your mom's house is getting close to that. Your mom's house is getting dangerously close.
Does he still live in Austin? Let's move on to something else. No, dude, I was gonna make the joke where I was like, horrible, dude. If Horrible Bosses 4 comes out, I'm there, baby. Yeah. Give me it. Ozark season 8, I'm there.
Will and Grace reboot, give it to me, girl.
Pat's gonna watch it.
Yeah, I like it.
No, I'd watch that.
Megan Malawi, I would love to eat her ass. Oh my goodness.
Well, Glorilla's gonna be upset.
No, both. I want both of them. This is a fucking human centipede of fucking all of Pat's crushes.
You know whose other ass I would eat?
Davey Havoc.
Mustachio Davey Havoc.
Hey, we were right.
Yeah. No,
hold on.
Today
this got me. I thought that was funny.
Davey Havoc's a man again. Well, Davey Havoc's been Davey Havoc.
I'm sorry. Have you seen him sing? Nope. He's still going.
Oh yeah, no, he's still a fella. He's just
still
not.
Davey Havoc.
He's just not for the gals.
Yeah, not for the gals. It's all for the fella.
Davey Havoc's been every part of a suburban couple that gets divorced when the kid gets to. Because if you look at early AFI, he was the son. And then the album we're talking about today, Sing the Sorrow, that's when he became the mother. And now finally the dad came back from buying cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah, finally. And honestly, he looked like he smoked every single one of them.
Yeah. And we should say to the fans who haven't been in on the whole fucking stream when we repost this, we had some scheduling stuff, so we have to do it on the internet today. But it's been going pretty well. This is a very fun way to do it. I like looking at your face, not your shoulder.
I like the stream. Yeah, I like stream going into it, and I feel like we still make more eye contact this way somehow.
Yeah,
we're able to eye contact a little bit better.
Yeah, and I can watch hardcore pornography while we do it.
I have been the whole time. Everything.
I've been milking myself in an auto blow this whole stream.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. And as long and honestly, it kind of captures the friendship. The stream can be the friendship part that we usually just waste and don't record at all. And we'll just
a huge waste. A lot of people just do this thing where they like live, and then it's like, what? How do you monetize that?
Yeah.
So we figure out. Yeah, I'm actually literally asking, how do you monetize this?
I was just gonna say, yeah. Honestly, that's a real question because
I'm dead fucking serious.
The hours I've wasted talking to this fucking.
The hours I wasted building deep relationships with this fucking dusty fuck.
I think in general, no, I think we was Sing the Sorrow, and we wanted to get back to our versus era.
The versus was fun. That was fun because it gave us more to talk about. So we're doing AFI versus Alkaline Trio from Here to Infirmary, right?
Yeah, that was no. Yeah, it was the one with the one you. It was funny. So this is a fun, the interesting thing I thought immediately when I mentioned that album, and I asked you that one or Crimson, and you were like, "Oh, this one because it has Armageddon."
And
I was like, "Oh, that's funny," because my thing was Private Eye. That was my jam from this song, this album.
Oh,
I remember
really?
the so like early. I guess early on, like that would be early enough. I guess that was what 2001, I believe.
From Here to Infirmary.
Yeah,
yeah, that's 2000. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm looking it up. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's 2001.
So like that was if there were hits at that time, I felt like that was the hit from that album. That was the one where like when I heard that song, that changed. I was like, "Who is this?" I don't know what it was. It was just something about the structure of the song Private Eye, the way the tempo of it, the fucking everything. It was one of those things where I was just like, I think the smoke myself stupid and drank my insides raisin dry.
Yeah.
And then it just has, and this is my favorite part about Alkaline Trio is they have the way of taking these fucking dark gothy fucking emo fucking themes and going like at the right place at the right time, blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, this is super fun. And you're like, but like Private Eye to me is still a perfect fucking bop. That should be like a all-time perfect single. Like,
well, it's funny you said it that it's funny you said it that way because that was like my big takeaway from listening to Alkaline Trio a bunch this week. Because so I did this thing where I was like, I want to familiarize myself with like the whole catalog because Alkaline Trio, while they are great, they do fall victim to the Bad Religion thing where they write about 5 songs and just play them over and over again. So I wanted to like familiarize myself with their entire catalog. And then AFI has a thing where it's like, okay, we're a hardcore speed punk band, and now we're the coolest punk emo band for about 2 or 3 albums. And then they like did their post Sing the Sorrow, whatever that is. I haven't listened to that one. So I was trying to get a good amalgamation of it, of like their whole catalog. And then I start listening to I start hearing all the Alkaline Trio, and while it's good, it all starts blending together. So I go, wait a minute, let me actually go. So I've listened to a bunch of Alkaline Trio albums this week. I listened to Sing the Sorrow, but I just listened to a shit ton of Alkaline Trio this week. And I noticed it's like they have a very specific style.
Yeah.
And it just gets better and better each album. Mm-hmm. But it's like to the point, because like, so we talked about it a while ago. Their album, I can't remember the name of it. I'm about to say it's my favorite. God damn it. Their album, God damn, it's my favorite Alkaline Trio album. And I kept listening to From Here to Infirmary songs, and I had to like look down because, dude, literally to the point, there's like vocal lines that are incredibly similar to songs on God Damn It. And to the point where, because like I've listened to God Damn It so much, I'm very aware to the Alkaline Trio things. So like the drummer loves to hit 16s on the hi-hat. When he's playing a fast part on the ride cymbal, hits the bell a bunch and does this. And it's a really cool thing where it's like he's not just going like da 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 da. He'll be like da 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 da, like doing a bunch of shit on the ride cymbal. And then when I was listening to a bunch of From Here to Infirmary, it's like they do this rinse and repeat on every album. But instead of it's like if it was a t-shirt, rinse and repeat, instead of the quality of the shirt going down, it's almost like, hey, this shirt getting nicer.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, I poke fun at them, but I give them huge props because it's like, they figured out their very specific thing and it just gets like better with every album, because I listened to Goddamn It, and then I listened to Maybe Catch Fire, and then I listened to From Here to Infirmary, and I go, all these albums sound the same, but this one's the best version of it.
Yeah. And I think that's why is it has the hits, you know what I mean? Like, but it also has, I don't love necessarily like every Alkaline Trio song all the time. It has to be the right place at the right time.
Right place.
Right
place.
But it just has to be like I guess it's a thing where like I get in the mood to listen to like flip through, because when they get it right, there's a song called War Brain, I think, that they have off of their later ones. It was I heard it on the Rock Against Bush album, the compilation, one of the volumes, and it's one of those things where I'm like, damn, this is enough. Because when they get it, when they nail it, it's like, whoa.
Yes,
like,
yes.
But like the other stuff, I'm like, this is good. But like when they nail it, I'm blown away. I'm like, how are they not the biggest fucking band in the world? It's crazy.
But it's because of the other songs. Because this is listening to Alkaline Trio. Cool. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that was a fun.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was a fun ending, and you're just like, whoa, turn this up.
Yeah.
Holy
what
shit.
the fuck? Like, that's listening to Alkaline Trio.
Yeah, it's nuts, because you don't. You know what to expect, and then sometimes, and at other times you have like no idea what to expect. I couldn't have said that any worse, but like every once in a while, like you're like, it's Alkaline Trio has a new album, and you're like, cool. You listen to it and you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, that's good. And then again, it just out of nowhere. It's like you don't know that it's coming, but like this album has at least two of those, with Armageddon, I feel like, and with Private Eye. Private Eye to me is just like one of those ones where it just punches you immediately. Like,
I'm trying to remember which one it was, because there was one
the first song on there.
Private Eye's the first song. There was a couple. There was like one or two songs on here that was really fucking getting me. I want to say it was You're Dead. But yeah, because they're similar to Bad Religion. They're a vibe band, where that's like the thing. Armageddon's a good song. It's fast paced. It's upbeat, and you're liking it. And then it's good. And then it hits a moment on that key change, and it just, like, they don't do anything like super overt and specific, but it just, like, that's really what happens with Alkaline Trio songs. It's like, it just feels different.
They're
efficient.
I think that's what it is. They're efficient with what they do. Like that's, like you said, like out of nowhere, they'll just do a very subtle key change, or they'll do a very subtle, just a little bit different thing.
Chord progression, something they're very subtle. You don't actively know what's going on. You just feel different while the song's going.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. It's like almost like when like there's certain tones that people can play that, like, well, you can't really hear, but it'll just make you feel uneasy or different or anything like that. It's what
the brown tone, it'll make you shit your, what is it, the brown note?
Yeah, the brown note, like stuff like that, where you're like you can't necessarily hear it with your ear, but it does affect your body in a physical way, like something like that. So I think the same idea, like they have this thing where like they have this effect in their songwriting that keeps this, like, it keeps their things, like something that I kind of wish that Bad Religion did. I feel like they had more, and Bad Religion's been around a lot longer than Alkaline Trio, obviously. So well, they were they were 80s, right?
Yeah,
early 80s.
Yeah, you're right. So about a decade longer.
So like it's just a thing where like Alkaline Trio haven't made too many big, huge leaps, or things where like it sounds like, I feel like from Gray Race to New America maybe doesn't sound as drastic now, but at the time it sounded crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but it still was like, it's just not good Bad Religion now. Like it still sounds like Bad Religion, but it's just not as good.
And then when
Alkaline Trio is kind of, like you said, they just get progressively a little bit better, but at no point where you're like, what the fuck is this? Well, like this is I kind of feel that way about the new AFI, but I also haven't kept up on the new AFI. And I know that's not what we're talking about, but the latest ones, the goth songs.
I'm actually very curious. My last thing I'll say about Alkaline Trio, that I'm very curious, because you were mixed about their new AFI's new shit.
Yeah.
My last thing about Alkaline Trio is like any album you hop in on an Alkaline Trio, if you've never heard them before, you're probably gonna go like, oh shit, this rips.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, every subsequent album, that's why you were kind of getting at this before, where when you bring it up, you didn't necessarily go like, oh my God, this album, the progression front to back. You go, Private Eye's a fucking bop. That's the thing about Alkaline Trio, is they give you, they probably have like 100 to 200 songs, like a crazy amount of songs. And then like you whittle it down and you're left with like 30 songs that absolutely fucking annihilate.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are still pretty good, but
Yeah.
like because of that moderate progression, there's not the same type of dynamic shift where, and then we can jump to AFI, who AFI like over the years has had very dynamic shifts where they were, I mean,
said, hardcore punk. They were a hardcore band. They started out as a hardcore band.
Yeah, basically up until I was listening to them a bunch last night, but it was kind of hilarious. Like up until The Art of Drowning, they were like, what if we wrote the same song over and over again? Like they just like
and they did it really well.
They did it really well for 4 albums. They were just like, we're doing that one song, and then Art of Drowning and Sing the Sorrow. Like Art of Drowning, I was listening to it a little bit last night. It's Sing the Sorrow without a like professional studio and production team behind it.
It just kind of seemed it was a big leap. And I think I saw when I got to see them live at Warped Tour at the USF soccer field. It was early in my like music going. I think I want to say 99. But I'm not sure if I was going even that early. It might have been 2000. It was the last time that the Warped Tour was at the USF soccer field in Tampa.
Is that pre-Sing the Sorrow?
I think so, and that's what I'm saying.
That's cool.
Is like we were going and like they were headlining, and I was actually pissed off that if I was headlining, because I was like, really? Because I think like again, NoFX was playing. I'm pretty sure like a couple other where I was like, really? Like on AFI, and then but AFI was crossing over into that. Like I didn't know how big they were, and it was around the same time as what is it? Not Sing the Star. What was the other one you just said?
Art of Drowning.
And they started out with a lot of their they started out with a lot of the softer, not as harder, like more performative AFI shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the newer
showing their
newer direction.
Because all the pre-Art of Drowning shit, it rips, but it's all the very same thing where we have a really fast, the drums are do-da, 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 do-da. It's that, a lot of whoa, like shit like that. Like, it's good, but it's kind of, it's a very similar thing over and over again. When you listen to Art of Drowning, it's the beginning of them starting to expand their sound and throw up a little bit of variety, a little bit of range, almost bring in a little bit of a rock influence outside of just strictly, because that, while a lot of those subgenres like hardcore punk, like the hardcore punk and stuff like that, those subgenres are very cool, but because they're all very they're anti shit, we're anti-mainstream, anti-establishment, they actually inadvertently pigeonhole themselves into a very specific pocket. So, it's why a lot of bands burn out after 3 or 4 albums, because you start listening to it and you're like, you're not giving me anything new. So to be able to, and that's what really impresses me with AFI, because like, I know we're supposed to talk about Sing the Sorrow, but I can't help but just talk about like, dude, I was even listening to a little bit of December Underground.
Yeah.
And I don't like, obviously that one's their most mainstream album, but even that album, it's shocking how like, for some reason, I assumed it was because like, and now, I kind of like Miss Murder now, but at the time when it came out, you hear the bass just like, doom, 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 doom. And any band that's like a punk band, and then they you're famous now, so let's throw out the
Yeah.
I go like, you fucks.
Yeah.
So like when it came out, I heard that, I got mad at AFI, and I just assumed the whole album was dog shit. Brother, I listened to it. They have like the intro that's kind of like electronic beat, but the first song on fucking December Underground is like a classic AFI punk song.
Yeah.
And then I kept listening, and it's like, it is obviously their most mainstream album, but it's
a
still
transition. Yeah.
It's still, they still stay true to themselves. That's what's always great, no matter whether you like or dislike AFI shit. I feel like you can't give them shit for, they always stay true to themselves.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
Right back.
He ain't running. Anyway, I don't know if he heard that. I hope he did. Yeah, man. So we'll get more into it. I'm very curious too about Pat's take on, because in private he was telling me he wasn't too hyped about the new AFI shit, but yeah, man. Sing the Sorrow was one of my favorite albums when it came out. It was is this gonna make full screen? I'll just do it like that until he comes back. Sing the Sorrow was definitely one of my favorite albums, and there's a lot of stuff I listened to from that time period that is very of the time. Like I've talked about it a lot with Sum 41 or even a little bit of Blink-182, even though I do think like Take Off Your Pants and Jacket and Enema of the State still rip. Like I will not deny that they still 100% rip, but they are at the same time of their time. A thing like the one of the big things I loved about listening to this album is it had a very like timeless sound. It's one of those albums, like going back to Sum 41. If a band came out and they put out, if a band came out, Sum 41 came out right now, and they put out like All Killer No Filler, or if another band did that, and you would just be like, oh, this sounds like some early 2000s. This sounds like some early 2000s pop punk shit. Okay, they're kind of doing a throwback thing. You could throw this album at this quality, at this type of sound out right now, and it would just kind of be, would it be a slight kind of, just because punk's not as popular now, would there be a slight throwback energy? Sure, but I do also think heavily it would be a thing of like, I do think heavily it would just kind of sit there on its own as its own thing. And one of the big things, and I'm very curious about Pat's perspective on this as well, but one of the other big things I noticed a bunch with this album is the transition to, and this kind of goes to what I was saying earlier about maybe incorporating more rock and roll and just having that broader mindset of, let's put out an entire project. Let's not just put out a bunch of good songs. So while old AFI, where, so Answer That and Stay Fashionable, very proud of you, Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes, Black Sails in the Sunset, less Black Sails, but still a little bit Black Sails. Those to me, and some people might disagree with this, but those to me come off as like, here's a good song. Here's a bunch of good songs. When you listen to Sing the Sorrow, that to me comes off as like, here's a whole beginning to end piece of work. And that's I think that's important too, because Sing the Sorrow, it's kind of funny, like that's when they got popular and famous and shit, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 albums in. Sing the Sorrow is 6 albums in, and it wait, how'd you do that?
What?
How do you do that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's no, literally, how did you do that? It's so fucking funny.
I just hit the maximize button right here. I just maximize my window and say, hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm the host.
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
the captain now.
Wait.
Hey.
I didn't realize that's how you do
Not
that.
today, Junior. Something about AFI or something?
Look at that.
Yeah,
now we're round.
That earlier. I like that. We look like boobies.
We're boobs. We are boobs.
Look at boobies.
I wish I could change your name. Oh, wait, can I?
Yeah, I can change yours too, so be careful.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Where'd it go? What the fuck was that? Did someone get shot?
Yeah.
What just happened? Did Stanley? Wait, what does it say now?
What? Nothing. I hit him.
How did you hide him?
I don't know.
You can't hide him.
I did. You want me to
Okay.
invite guests? You want to make...
I hide you. This went off the rails very quickly. Bring him back.
Guys. I don't know what happened. I can't.
You do know what happened.
Hold on. Nope. I don't know. I clicked the thing. It said hide thing.
There we go.
Can I edit it?
Got you.
Okay, you got it. Oh no.
Well, we got to change that.
Emperor. Gay sex emperor.
All right, there we go.
There we go. Perfect.
Anyway, whatever. Okay, so that got completely derailed.
So yeah, you were saying something about Davey Havoc's house being painted black.
Davey Havoc house is painted black in Mattersville. No, I was saying that this album, Sing the Sorrow, looking back on it, one of the things was, God damn it. Okay, I guess that's still fair. Looking back on it, one of the things I am heavily biased because this was one of the big albums for me when I was younger. This was definitely like a big like mainstream punk album for me. What?
Sing the Sorrow? Yeah,
Sing the Sorrow. But there is like a timeless sound of it where I think that's a big reason why AFI is still relevant. Like I realized that with, I posted that A Fire Inside clip and it went like, it was just like a random dumb joke that a couple people will like this. And then like on TikTok and on Instagram, it went like viral for me. And it is a thing of just like, no, AFI has stayed locked in the whole time because they still figure out how to like keep their core essence, but reinvent their shit. And at the same time, make their shit sound very unique and have a very timeless feel to it. And the other thing I was saying when you were gone was one of the things that really enhanced this album was while their old shit kind of may have come off as a bunch of good songs, Sing the Sorrow was like one of the first AFI albums to sound like you're doing some jazz. Gotcha. Sing the Sorrow was one of the first AFI albums that felt like a full piece of work rather than just here's a bunch of good tunes.
It's a real piece of work.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was a real piece of work over there with your singing and your sorrow.
When I was what I was sharing before was when I went to that Warped Tour, I was like, it's pretty cool. Like because I was like, oh, this is like I'm not stupid. I didn't love the newer AFI. I wasn't a huge fan of The Art of Drowning at the time. But like it was a thing where like, oh, AFI is already kind of becoming one of those soft bands. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those ones that's like, and they started out with like at the Warped Tour. This is the thing that bothered me. They came out to the Warped Tour and they played like almost exclusively new, slower shit. And I was like, all right, I guess we can go. And by the time we got across the soccer field, I could hear them start to play the fifth season, 6 seasons? What is it called?
Day of the Phoenix?
The one where it goes, bah, bah, hey, whoa. You know the song? It's like, I guess that's every AFI song.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those, like, it's one of the classic ones that I like love. That's like a little bit tougher. That fucking, that I was like, oh, I would have ripped it up. And then they started playing I could hear them playing the classics across the field. But it took probably 5 or 6 songs into their set before they did those. And I was kind of like, what? But I get it. Like they're growing. They're trying to change. But like those are the hits. You gotta play the hits, guys. But you're at the Warped Tour.
Okay, are you trying to bring up a grievance from '99 right now?
I'm just in general of like why I kind of gave up on AFI for a while.
Okay,
for a long time, because that's the thing is that then they went into I saw them like having like music videos and shit. When I saw like what's Miss Murder and what's the other one that is off that one where it's like where he screams at the end, or is that Miss Murder?
Oh, where it's like, yeah, that's Miss Murder. I know the Girls Not Gray music video was big.
Girls Not Gray is a pretty good one. I like that was one where I was like, okay, that's a good mix. where it almost sounded like anime intro music. You know
Well,
what I'm
no,
saying?
that's the thing where I think it's just it's just that kind of like growth you have to accept in a band, because as much as like, here's the thing, if they just kept doing the pre-Art of Drowning stuff, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they
yeah.
would have 1,000% fallen off. Like,
Right.
yeah, but I get it.
It just was one of those things of like, I didn't dislike, I never faulted them for doing it, except for at that Warped Tour. That Warped Tour, I was like, this is probably the last Warped Tour you guys are going to play because you're getting so big.
Yeah.
Play like, it's like if I go to see Offspring at the Warped Tour and you don't play like most of Smash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't play something from fucking Smash, I'm gonna fucking smash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
Like,
gotta,
it's crazy. You gotta play the classics and you gotta play the hits. You can't play everything off of the.
well, you also got to remember though, everyone there's not as tapped in as you are. So
it's about the Warped Tour. That's what I'm saying. Is like, you're bigger. When they started doing the thing where this is god damn it, another soapbox. When they started doing those extended sets, like headlining sets, where they said like, this is everybody gets 30 minutes except for there's one band and we'll let you guys vote or what. Of course it's always going to be the fucking radio band that you booked. Of course it's going to be. That means that NoFX is going to have to scoot off the fucking stage real quick so that the fucking big band can go up there and go, let's have a little presence. And it's like this thing of like, no matter, and I'm not saying AFI, I'm saying whoever it is. Once they started doing that, that was the beginning of the end for the Warped Tour. It was always supposed to be, everybody does, no matter what stage you are on, everybody gets the same amount of time.
Can I say
like that?
Yeah.
That's
yeah. No, I hear what you said. Can I say this though about your AFI point is I think depending on when, can you remember if it was Art of Drowning or Sing the Sorrow? Because you were saying playing slow stuff, so you might have seen them around Sing the Sorrow.
No, well, they may have like, maybe they had some of those songs written and they were like, this is off an album that's coming out. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was even like that close. Like, no, because Sing the Sorrow was 2003.
2002.
So yeah, it might have been. It honestly may have been like, here's some songs we're working on. You know, like,
okay,
but even the slower songs off of their other albums that are like that.
Sure. But here, my point I'm trying to make is like, you got to also think too, like AFI, like we look at AFI as this like gigantic, huge band. If they just put out the Art of Drowning, they're probably not that big. So they probably don't have hits like that. So it's probably makes more sense for them to play newer shit and stuff like that. That being said, this is where I was trying to kind of relate to you on that, where it was kind of a funny thing about how this album grew on me over time, where I would have been in the same pocket as you. Is like, I always love Singing the Sorrow. But when I was in high school, I'd be like, okay, Leaving Song Part 2, sick. I'll listen to that. But then I listen to the fast song, another slow song, skip. And then because it was like I was way more prone and used to the fast shit they did. Now at an older age, I fucking love all of it. I think it's just because at the time I was like, fast punk rock is the only music worth being written. So like I was more locked in on that. But it is kind of funny now that I'm older and I have a much wider range of musical interest. I actually like the album more now than I did in high school.
I didn't, and that's the thing is I think it's matured well. Like, it's definitely over the time, like it's gotten to a point where like when I'm going to shows, I want to fucking tear it up in the pit. I want to do like, now you want something more substantive. Like you want something with more meaning or something besides, and that's how you get from like that's I mean, it's exactly what we want from bands and what we're talking about for like every time we talk about Pennywise or we talk about other bands. After a while, just writing, they're just in the motions. They're just kind of just writing whatever. And like, it's because you're not taking these bigger leaps to try either something else. And some do, like, but I think it's more of like solo project stuff, like Lagwagon, instead of being like continuing with doing like Lagwagon albums, Joey Cape just goes off and does acoustic stuff, some original songs, and then some just Lagwagon covers. So like, It's what like Tony Sly was doing near the end. Like that's how, like we talked about this. Like a lot of punk rockers get into folk music or bluegrass or something like that, where country or something. So it's transitioning is completely acceptable, and this is how. But anytime at that age, anytime I heard like a sustained guitar, like instead of it being like like something like that, if it was just like a I was just like, I don't know about this. Even something like that, I needed it to fucking rip from the start. I was listening to F minus fucking Leftover Crack, Choking Victim at this time, probably tons of Guttermouth, like the Vandals. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't a lot of ballads. So
I was the exact same way. Like I was like, what was dude saying earlier? High octane.
Yeah.
Not like the butt rock style, but like just with the general intensity of my music.
The angst. Essentially and that's what I'm saying is it didn't really necessarily matter
for me. It was
subject
more
wise, and I think AFI was going more subject matter and like again substance of music and production and everything.
Speaking of substance, I do want to give, this was always, and this is why I'm happy we're doing Alkaline Trio versus AFI specifically.
Yeah.
Because I remember noticing this, being a big fan of like, gay pussy emo shit. Mm-hmm. And all that stuff got called like fucking lame and gay and stuff, somewhat justifiably. Like you go back and listen to it and you're like, yeah, you guys need to calm down.
Yeah, guys, Jesus Christ. Relax.
You can only kill so many of your ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, you can only kill yourself so many times. Like how many ex-girlfriends are you going to kill yourself over? Literally, you can only do it once. Which one are you choosing?
Yeah.
Which one's going in the note? We're not sending a note to every one of them. You pussy.
It's a murder. You don't have a second murder-suicide. So let's really think this one out.
And I am your obsession. And you're just like, and Andy's just like, yes, preach, King.
I'm gonna say words like martyr and concubine that I don't use in regular conversation.
Exactly. It's just like it's all goddamn Jim Morrison art. It's all in Jim Morrison poems. Just going like, I'm really smart and I don't like farts, even though I said it.
I'm way smarter than that guy that blows your back out.
But yeah. Sorry, when you're listening to all that.
But there was some, and because you were kind of talking about it with like the like sort of poppiness of Alkaline Trio, and then the ironic. Well, even Alkaline Trio kind of had an edge, but like not as much. AFI definitely had way more of an edge with some of their songs. Alkaline Trio had this like nonchalant, because like emo music is very like desperate and needy.
Yes,
bands like Alkaline Trio and AFI are indifferent, and they're like, I want to die, I don't care what you think of me.
They're almost, you know what they are, they're like dudes that are like shy in public, but like are like the doms in bed. You know what I mean? Like they're like fucking like they're like dominating. Yeah. They're like looking
for tying the girl up and whipping her and pouring blood down her throat.
Yeah, like they're like,
is that a thing gods do?
I think so. Yeah, they're pouring candle wax all over their tits or something. But like that's essentially the thing. Like they're probably like those types. They're like, they seem like harder edge. They're not like pussies that are like, she left me. They're just like fucking, you can never leave me. I put a spell on you.
Whenever they're in public, they put their hand around their shour and their thumb just goes into her neck a little too hard. Well, it was like if I saw not that like AFI or Alkaline Trio came off overly tough or anything, but there's a thing like if you look at Fall Out Boy, you're like, oh, I could beat all of them up one-handed. Like,
yeah,
you don't have the same. You don't have even Davey Havoc looking like a divorced mom working at a bar. You could still be like,
wait, now?
No. Now he's the father who finally came back.
I forgot what era we're talking about. You're right. Sorry.
But no, like even when Davey Havoc looked like a fucking hairdresser, you still go like, yeah, but she got some claws on her. She could fuck my face up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that growl. You hear that growl? I think Davey Havoc has this like, no matter what, like no, like we make jokes about Davey Havoc being gay or whatever, and like looking like a woman and a weirdo guy and whatever. But
But he's
like,
still the coolest guy ever.
dude, I'm saying like he is fucking awesome. It's one of
Yeah.
those things I've never not thought. Like I didn't. It's so funny that I didn't realize it, but like there's like a couple. I watched Davey Havoc like be coming out essentially. I think like with his look and everything. Like when I was following this band, I was like, oh yeah, Davey Havoc used to just be jeans and a t-shirt. You know, he might have worn a suit. He wore, what is it? Shut your mouth and open your eyes.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like they've had this like edge or like again a image or production about them. But for you, it's kind of like a Misfits fan who's into punk rock and like darker stuff. And
Yeah.
then, like you said, he starts getting swooshy. He starts wearing like
Well, I'm trying to
fishnet
find.
things, and you're like, and you go, oh, and then like I actually found out he's actually gay, and I go, oh, and like it literally, that was my reaction. Was like, oh, it kind of made sense, but I was also like,
Yeah. This
I don't
one.
know, he's still fucking cool as shit. Like,
Well, that's I remember it was one of these photos.
yeah, where I'm like,
I remember seeing his
gotta be
hair.
gay, right?
I remember seeing that and going like, oh yeah, he's gay. I never thought about it.
Yeah, literally, and it was like it literally was just start to finish. It was just that, and then moving on. It didn't change anything else about anything. How I thought about his performance, his art, his productions, or anything like that. It just made me. It didn't make me. I would say like it made me like him more, but also like he just makes you like him more. Have you watched that interview with him recently
On Hard Lore?
Yeah.
I started it. I didn't finish it.
He seems like I would be. Will never get the opportunity to talk to him. But
he would hate us.
Interview him at least, but maybe talk to him. But I would absolutely be fucking honored to interview. He seems like the most joyful, fun interview ever.
Yeah.
Like, even when he gives him shit about not being vegan or whatever, and he was just like, and that includes animal flesh, boys.
Yeah,
but there's a little thing where you're like, even him doing the little vegan bullshit, like shaming you, he's just like does it, and he's just like moving on because he's like he's a gay dude, and gay dudes like outlook for the most part on things. From my personal experience, talking to dudes growing up at the bar that I used to hang out
at the bar where they were feeding you beers.
Yeah, it would always be this thing where you're like, they're just kind of like, yeah, like they wouldn't make fun of me for the music I listen to, right? And that was the coolest thing because everybody would always like, well, you probably listen to that like shit. Like they're always just like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. I used to see I saw the Stooges once at blah blah blah, and you're like, oh shit, like, and it's just like they're just
that's why
like, they're cool. They're like Swiss Army dudes. Like they're
that's
still
why
dudes, but they like.
That's why old school. That's why old school. That's why old school gay dudes are way more chill before because now it's like trendy and there's people like literally pretending to be gay.
Yeah,
which is so funny. So funny
character,
dude. It's so funny to imagine that there's kids in like high school and college pretending to be gay just to get pussy. To think about they're gonna be 35 going. Like you said, dude, and I don't like dudes. Why did I do that? It's so funny to think about. Oh it's like, dude, I just wore girl pants to get pussy. You actually you kissed a guy to get pussy.
I don't even remember her name. Yeah, I was just like the white knight. That was I want to protect you. Like I was the hopeless romantic. I was never the I'm gonna make out with a dude.
Well, no, but like old school gay dudes are way more chill because they had to like legitimately. Like they had to be fearful for their safety a lot of times. So they in like for their own survival, they became the chillest dudes. Cause it's like fucking Shane has that joke about the college football teams where like you want people to accept trans, get them a good squad on Alabama. And it's like, cause that's the thing. It's like, it's if you become the chillest dudes ever, it's gonna like overtake a lot of hate and shit. And then also mix that with I always loved my music, as the straightest guy in the world. We all know this. Mm-hmm. I loved my music to be a little kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't know what the right term is, but I liked all that like fucking
zesty.
Yeah, a little I like, dude, for real though. It's like you're gonna listen to like music like this that's so good. It's like, yeah, I want the dudes to be a little zesty in there. That's the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
because that's the thing. It's like, think about the other bands you like, or like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like, the punk universe, right? Who else do you like? There's somebody out in the chat saying something about the Cramps. Cramps
Yeah.
are a fucking super gay band. The, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Misfits. They fucking get their little hair and they put it down here and they wear their little makeup and they come out and they go, we're monsters. And they sing about aliens and monsters and classic Hollywood movies. There's nothing gayer than that. They're singing about TCM movies.
Yeah.
And then they go,
and the
like,
guitarist makes sure he's super jacked the whole time.
yeah, they want to make sure they look amazing on stage, and which makes sense, but it's also like not super fucking punk. Yeah, Sassy's another good one. But like
Sassy, yeah.
Spartan's got that one here.
No,
like,
that's why you've listened to the Blood Brothers, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always loved about. I love that fucking sassy zestiness to the music. It just made it more exciting because it's like, especially too back in the day where everything was much more hyper masculine and not in like the fake bullshit way it is now, but everything was more hyper masculine. Listening to this music was a way to be a little bit more emotional and be in touch with that and not feel like a bitch.
And that's what I'm saying. Like and just in general with like Sing the Sorrow at the time, I wasn't into that as I was more into like the let's fucking rip it up, fuck the government, fuck the world, let's fucking just like beat the shit out of everybody. like you know, one of those things like let's just fucking mosh, dude.
Yeah, let's just cause chaos.
Yeah, it was just chaos. Yeah, absolute chaos. So like it literally even, but then brother, that's what led me, like literally I was getting into, this was right before I got into my super satirical and just kind of really cementing my sense of humor and my general in general, because I didn't hate AFI. It was just not, I didn't like that music anymore. And it just kind of bummed me out to be so excited to see this classic punk, like this famous big punk band, AFI, headlining the Warped Tour.
They weren't doing the songs you wanted to hear.
Come out and just be like, "Hi, everybody!" You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I get.
Oh, I want to be in a circle pit to an AFI song. Like, just give me that. And then before you sent off into playing arenas and shit like that, which they did go into, I knew it was coming, and I wasn't even pissed off about that. It was just like the thing of like, there's not going to be an opportunity to mosh at AFI shows much going forward, because you're either going to be opening for bands that don't respect you for who you are. Like, because I saw it happen to Bad Religion with like them going on tour with Blink-182 in like 99, and they were like opening. They were like the second or third band on a list of like 4 bands. And I was like, I mean, I'm not saying that they should be headlining that. I thought personally they should be headlining the band, but I'm like, but it was also Blink-182 going like, "Hey, Bad Religion, come out and make some fucking fun." Like
you gotta
I didn't see it from that point of view until now.
Yeah.
So revisiting Sing the Sorrow now, I'm like, this is a good album. What like I wasn't
ask you this?
mad at it. I just didn't love this direction. That's all.
Can I ask you this? And actually, the thing you said about Bad Religion, like you also got to like look at where the bands are, because I was listening to you brought up Hardlore earlier. I was listening to the Scott Vogel from Terror on there. He's like, they're a legendary hardcore band, and they will actually strategically open for certain bands to help their profile.
Yeah,
because they're a band that could like half fill a medium-sized venue, and they know if Terror's opening for them, it'll actually bring more kids out because Terror's a legendary band. So, you know, yeah, when you're younger, you see that, but then when you're older, you're like, oh yeah, that's actually like a strategic. That's like them showing respect.
But at the time, I was just like, how dare you? They should be headlining. You should be opening for Bad Religion. You fucking young punks. You piece.
That's like there's that story where. What the fuck? It was Nirvana was going to go on tour, and I think like they were going to have the Pixies open for him, and Kurt Cobain was like, absolutely not. Pixies are the legends. I would never have that.
The Pixies were probably like, come on.
They're like, hey, thanks for the respect. I'd love to make some more millions of dollars. Please let us open for you, Nirvana.
Can you just give us what we would have made then? Like, if you're not going to let us play, can we just we could use that? Like, not that we're broke or anything, but like we can make hay while the sun is shining.
Yeah, it's like,
You know what
We
I
could
mean?
become millionaires very easily over the summer. Could we
Right.
just do that? Oh,
Yeah,
this is the
that-
question I wanted to ask you. From when you first heard Sing the Sorrow to like how you feel about it right now, what was your like what was your rating you would give it out of 10 then versus now?
Back then it would have been like a 2. Like and literally would have been
Really?
yeah, just because it would have been like those are like the amount of songs I like, and I really didn't. It was just kind of like I don't know. To me now, and just because maybe I'm just more like as like a more matured person, I guess like that. Like it's kind of like it makes more sense, and it's a lot more thought out than I thought back in the day. And like you said, there's still it's still them. You know, there's still them in the song.
Yeah.
Like they've grown. It's more of a thing where like where I thought it was so disconnected, and at the time was just like I was never even necessarily like a diehard AFI fan before
Yeah.
that, but after they started releasing this, I was like, oh well, I'm gonna. I at the time I just would write a band off and just would be like whatever. If
Not
I
fast, get out of here.
yeah, literally yeah, and if it didn't, and when
Dude, I did the same shit.
when the singles would come on like thing, and I'd be like, I would register it. I'd be like, no, you know, that's a. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about it, but like, but
I
now
don't care.
yeah, exactly. But now, like, I would still say ranking on them, I still prefer the faster stuff. But like, I would definitely give it a more like I would say like a 7, like a 6 or 7, just because it's still
That's
not
a
my
good
favorite.
jump, dude. It's
But
still
yeah,
a good jump.
it's still not my favorite. But I think I understand it more, and especially in hindsight, now seeing like the growth, like, and just the fact that they didn't change as people. Like I saw also I don't know if this was around the same time, but Waking the Fallen to City of Evil, the switch with Avenged Sevenfold, and that was a band that I had just become a fan during the jump of Waking the Fallen and being like, "This is amazing! These guys are
Yeah.
incredible." And then they put out City of Evil, and I'm like, "What?" And then them also kind of talking shit about their last album and saying how shitty it was and how much they hated it, and I was like, "Oh."
Oh, really?
Like I thought that's what happened with all bands when you got big. You just literally changed, but it was them just being these characters. They just wanted to be Motley Crue, and that's all. And they put out one album that really got them big, and it felt like it was in the same genre as like a AFI Alkaline Trio, spooky rock kind of metally thing, and they just changed everything about them. And they said, that's not us. We're fuck though. That album sucks, and my voice was
I
fucked
also
up.
didn't there, dude. It's so funny you brought that up. I was literally talking to someone the other night about Avenged Sevenfold. Wasn't that around when their drummer died too?
No. It was. I think it was after City of Evil, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't listen to. But
So-
also, I didn't realize their drummer actually wrote like all their music.
Yeah, and that's so. Actually, that would be fun. That could be a fun.
Well, no, I was like, it's funny you brought that up because I was talking actually Pat at the creek, another Pat. I have too many Pats in my life, but no, I was talking to him. We were talking about Avenged Sevenfold, and I was going, and now I haven't listened to a lot, but I remember I listened to fucking Bat Country on the way home, which is one of their most mainstream songs, and I was like, listening to it as a drummer, I was like, I gotta give it to him. This kind of rips.
Yeah. So I was thinking
I'd be down for some Avenged Sevenfold because they were a band. They were similar to how I treated December Underground.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed it fucking sucked ass, and I never double checked.
There's another opening day experience I had with City of Evil too. When I went to Best Buy and I bought it for $9.99. Had enough money, didn't have to get another deal, and
didn't have to learn about communism.
Didn't have to learn anything about it. But I bought it and I put in the CD drive in my car, and I was just like, what the hell is this? And was like had a like that genuine like, what the fuck? And I thought it was like, okay, well, I'll get to the next song. And I go, it's all like this. And I think I immediately wrote it off. Even Bat Country is like, I still know it obviously because it was, you know, a pretty huge single. But
I always thought Bat Country ripped for how mainstream it was.
What if we did Avenged Sevenfold Waking the Fallen versus Avenged Sevenfold City of Evil?
Yeah, I'd be down for that. That sounds fun.
Because it's back to back, and it literally that between that time and that time, I was the biggest Avenged Sevenfold fan. And then when City of Evil came out, that was my exact timeline. Waking
Nah,
the Fallen coming out,
I
not long after that coming out,
yeah.
me being the biggest Avenged Sevenfold fan, to when City of Evil came out, the day of. We can mark the date of when I stopped being an Avenged
Well, no,
Sevenfold fan.
dude, it fucking happens, man. That I always bring that up with 4 Years Strong. They put
Mhm.
out Rise or Die Trying, and it's one of the most high quality, elaborate, well-written pop punk albums. Like it felt like a pop punk album written by a metalcore band, but it didn't sound metalcore. It just had all
Yeah.
the elements. And then they put out Enemy of the World, which is still really good, but you're like, okay, they kind of toned it down,
Yeah.
but they still do some of the shit.
Softened up a bit.
And then after that, I go, they put out like a 90s cover album, and then we're like, actually, we're just gonna do that the rest of the time. And I just go like, oh, I'm not mad at you guys, but
I'm
like,
just not a yeah, like that's all.
I don't think I'm gonna listen to you guys anymore.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
I think
that's
a
what
lot of people have been through that with bands.
that's what this did for me with AFI, and I just kind of wrote them off. And I still will, like, now I obviously with Spotify and stuff, I check in on them every once in a while and still check that out. But like with Avenged Sevenfold, I was like, nope. And it was from Waking the Fallen, literally. That was my whole fandom until the day City of Evil came out. I was there, Best Buy, bought it. Hell yeah, can't wait. This is gonna be it's a little corny cover. That's all right. And I get in the car, put it in the thing, and I go, oh, ugh.
Really?
And you're like, what the fuck is this? Who is singing? Who is this? Like, I go, what is this the wrong album? I don't know if I actually did, but I was like, is this? I thought maybe they just pressed it wrong. Like maybe there is the wrong.
Did you guys give me Clutch or what's one of those?
But then they
Hey,
gave
real
me,
quick, is this actually a Buck Cherry
Yeah,
album?
is it Buck
Did you give
Cherry?
me a Buck Cherry album?
Hey, did you fuck me with the Buck Cherry?
Hey, did you fuck me with the Buck?
You give
I
me
want that.
You
I
give me a
want that.
buck fuck?
I want that Avenged 7. You fucked me with the Buck.
Yeah, I don't want to be fucked buck. I want Avenged
Don't
7.
fuck me with the Buck.
Don't
I want
fuck me with that Buck.
I want my Avenge. You fuck me with the Buck. Get the fuck out of here
I
with the
will
Buck.
be avenged.
I will be avenged because you fuck me with the Buck.
I think the switch is going to be really interesting because I at the time again was a huge fan of Waking the Fallen. Still love it. I'm pretty sure I'll give it. Obviously, we'll give it a listen. But I still think it's a perfect album. We'll find out. And then City of Evil, and then for them also to be condemning their last album, being like, that was terrible. That's not even us. Fuck that. Anybody that likes that album doesn't like us. And it's like, well, fuck you guys. Like it was.
Well, I'm very.
And they have to revisit a lot of that press too, because
Yeah,
I might have just been hearing that, and I might have been lying.
Well, because you also got to think too. Like I remember seeing an interview where they were talking to. I want to say this was. This was probably around Parts Unknown, maybe. Every Time I Die, they're interviewing Keith Buckley and Jordan about their albums, and they're just like every album, they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
And like there could also be because I feel the same way.
Yeah,
If
you're right.
me-
You're right.
If you made me go back and watch my podcast, I'd be like, will someone shoot that guy?
Yeah. Stop breathing so loud.
Yeah, I'm watching my podcast, just being like, yo, can I hire the guy who did Charlie Kirk? This dude needs to shut the fuck up.
I forgive him, but no, but I think there's still a thing where like in retrospect, I haven't really gone back to visit that first Avenged Fest. Again, they're putting out singles. There's plenty of stuff of them on like TV, the radio, Rock Band, Garage Band. What was it called?
Rock Band,
and the other Guitar Hero, like stuff like that. Like they've been around. I know of their existence. I'm not completely oblivious, but that particular time in my life was like really. I was in a different mindset. Going back and revisiting the AFI album, kind of was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll like it a little bit more than
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'll be a little bit more open
no,
to
because
it,
there's
I
been a
guess.
bunch. There's been a bunch of albums that like now that I don't have. Because I was the guy in high school who's like, I'm getting into, I really grew up from getting into fights with people on message boards back in the day. I really grew up from that. But no, for real though, I'd be like, I remember, dude, it would like, God, I really haven't changed. Oh my God. Because in high school, I would get into fights with people on message boards about Green Day, and it would really ruin my fucking day if I like didn't feel like they got where I was coming from. And I'm like, God, I mean, I really haven't changed one bit.
I gotta get going soon.
Yeah, I have to have crazy diarrhea. So thank you everyone for hanging out with us today. We will be, we might as well stream a little tomorrow because we just didn't do No More Heroes, but we will be doing that tomorrow. So we'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Be about it. Peace.
Go Brash.